course. Hello, hello. How is everybody? How is everybody? Can you hear me? For one, make sure you can hear me. Which, Miss Ma'am. Okay. Maybe I got the cats out of here. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? And the cats. Thank you, Miss Eve. Thank you. Yes, it is still a little cold here, so I got something on. Can y'all hear me okay? Good. And the kitty, right? I know. And they have been quiet. Like literally they haven't even been over here. They have been quiet. And then all of a sudden it was like on 15-second countdown and here they come over here with their tomfoolery. It was perfectly fine up until now. Perfectly fine. Yeah. How has everybody been doing? How is everyone? Megan may join us if she gets a chance. Saturdays are kind of busy for her. Um, so she may be busy, may not be able to jump up here. Um, and I invited Mandy, but she has been really busy. She's doing good. She's just been really, really busy. So, um, I don't even know if she got my message yet. Just like when the kids, yep, get the phone or the computer, they get wild, right? Every time, every time. Yeah. They always have something to say, Miss Smith, always. Been spring cleaning. You know what? A lot of people have, Miss Eve. That's what Mandy's been doing. She's been doing a lot of spring cleaning. Yeah. So that is one of the things she's been doing too. Um yep. I've started some of mine, but we did a big spring cleaning last year and we got rid of a lot of stuff and did different rooms last year. So I don't really have a whole lot to do this year, thank goodness. Um, Basically, what I have to do this year is like um, just keeping up what I already done. But you know how you accumulate stuff through the year. So, and you're like, how did I get this, and why is it here, and do really need it? So, oh, I know. Is that just takes forever? That just the taxes take forever, and then you're dreading going and doing it. Right? It's like it's that time of year. It's definitely that time of year. Yeah, definitely. Ooh. And I'm trying to get used to my microphone. Uh, Seems like a lot in front of me. I've moved it here. I've put it on this side. I've changed it up. I've moved it around. I mean, uh, can you still hear me? I do. I do well to make my bed, and I don't get out of it much. Yeah, I know. When you're not feeling good, that is a big thing. Just getting the energy to get out of it. Thank you. Because on this mic, it has a little button, and you can just whisper over it, and it mutes you. And I uploaded a video yesterday for the Looking Glass, and I the volume was there. I don't know why it would not load with volume. That was the weirdest thing. That was the weirdest thing, but okay, it's okay. I'll just do another one. Hi, Miss Cher. How are you? You working? You been busy? You been busy? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I've never had that happen before. I could hear it on my end, but I could not hear it on the other end. It was really weird. I was like, I don't know why that's. Yeah, and yeah, yeah. Been busy and working. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I had my hair up today because I'm on duty, of course, with the fire department, but we have to pick up a district, our neighboring district that we share big fires with. They are out of town this week today. So we got to pick up ours and theirs. So I'm like, I'm just not even going to worry. I'm just going to put my hair up and be ready in case I have a fire. So that's what y'all get to look at today. The working fire hair. That's it's it's like it's just going to be up. It's just I can't because we already had one this morning, but we ended up at 10:20 we have to go. But I'm like, I just you just can't have your hair on your face. It ends up down, but it don't start out that way. Hi, Miss Ronnie. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Ronnie, I went back and tried to upload that video and it still wouldn't do voice. I think you're the one that told me. Um, and it still wouldn't do the voice on it. I'm like, forget it. Forget it. Yes. And it's that time of year because it's spring coming up and people are trying to clean their yards and we just had that big ice storm. So people are trying to clean their yard up from that. And I get it. But it's just too dry. It's just too dry. It is just too dry for that. It's too dry. So today we are going to go to Watts Island and we are going to look at Mr. Watts' interrogation. Yeah, they do. They do. They do have spring fever. Yeah, because we got 8 inches of ice January 27th, 26th, and 27th. We were out of power for, well, some of us were out of power for over a week. Some of us were more fortunate and we got our power back in 3 days, 3 or 4 days. But 8 inches of ice was a record for here, and we've never had that before. And so we had, would probably be safe in saying the whole parish was out of power. I can pretty safe say that. And the roads were bad and it's just been a mess. So, as they turn power back on, there's issues in other places because now they've had to replace power. And then you have problems with internet because your broadband is on your telephone, your power poles. And so it's been a process of us getting back and we still aren't. We were devastated. I can't even explain to y'all how bad as many trees and power lines that were down here. I can't even, there's just no words to tell y'all. And my dad, it took me and my husband and my sister and my brother-in-law 12 hours to clean my dad's yard, and he has a small yard. So we were pretty devastated up here. So it's taken everybody, we're still recovering. And then it was in the 70s this week, and it's supposed to be 30 tonight, and it's like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Right? I know. Yeah. Yeah. And we had several fire calls while during that ice. We had a family lose their house, and we had a couple have to be removed because they were using improper heat, an older couple, to stay warm because it was like 5 degrees here. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. 60s and 70s. Yeah, we have too. Even now it's going to be 30 tonight. Just saying, it's going to be 30. Yeah, we're parishes. Yep. Yep. We're the Louisiana is the only state that has parishes, and we're the only state that goes by a different kind of law than all the other states. We're still under the old Spanish rule laws. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 40s and 50s. Yeah. Like today is like I think like 57, but it's overcast and it's cold. I know, Cher. Quit laughing. Cher, quit laughing. That's not nice. I know she's laughing because I said 57 and it's cold. That's okay though. I love you anyway. But I know you're laughing. Uh but um it's such a roller coaster here with the weather that it's just like that's why I sound like I do. One of the reasons I sound like I do. Yeah, I know she's laughing, Ronnie. I know she is. You're probably laughing too. 57 ain't cold. It really isn't. I guess it just depends on what kind of 57 it is. Like, is it a damp 57? Is it cold 57? Yeah. Y'all don't make fun of me now. Got a bunch of people killed from avalanche. Oh my goodness, that is awful. I seen that. It was like 8 people, right? That was awful. That was pretty bad. That was I think did they find them all? I did read that. Yeah, yeah, I did too, but and I think the last I had heard was that they were missing one or something of that nature. That's awful. Yeah, something like that. Recovery suspect. Oh, is the weather too bad for the recovery? That's awful. Oh, I hate that. Mm, I surely hate that. So we're going to go to Watts Island. We're going to start the interview, and then we may talk about the Guthrie case a little bit, maybe touch on Summer and Sebastian if we get time. I put that in the description. I also put in the description Unjustified because this is her video. And I want to make sure she gets credit for that. And so I did put it in the description. If y'all didn't see it, I did add it to the description. Real bad, so they put off gather. Yeah, that's really sad. Yeah, I wasn't sure, Miss Smith, how many were not recovered. I was wondering about that. Yeah, so very sad. Okay, let me bring this up and let me go over here. I mean, here. Let me go here. Okay. Um, yeah, that case is weird in itself, in my opinion. It's got a lot of ins and outs, and I think they need to be looking closer to home. In my opinion, I don't think Mexico is where she's at, but maybe, excuse me, maybe they know something I do not. Do y'all like my background? I actually made that by myself. Believe it or not, I did. Let's see this line full, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very odd. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, I'm going to be back and forth because I can't see the chat over there on the StreamYard side or on the YouTube side. Sorry, not the StreamYard side. So I'm going to pop over there and we're going to start the interview, and I'll be back and forth and checking on stuff. Running Gray Wolf, you can always text me if you see somebody, if there's some questions coming up that I need to stop the video, you can always text me on my phone and I'll I'll pop back over. Okay. This is from Megan. She's going to try to join us because she has a lot to say about the Watts case, too. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So here we go. This is his first confession, arrest. I did a little clip of it and put it on my channel. So so this is part of it. Okay.
You know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident.
Can you hear it okay?
You know the clothes to put in there. You don't have to add for breakfast, you don't have for a snack and a dinner and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters. Okay? I know you love them. And you're not faking that, are you? That's real. Okay? There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that. And I know they're lying. Okay? Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer. Okay?
Here we go.
But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay? That's your daughter. I know. And this is very good.
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think anything like that could happen. I didn't think I would ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
And she accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. She was pregnant, and it was. I don't want to. I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And I feel absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I've been holding. I think that when I didn't go to the Rocky game, I was with her. Okay. I went to dinner with her.
Okay, I'm going to stop this because I think the video started later than I wanted it to. So I'm going to start it over back here because it jumped for some reason. I might have hit it.
Welcome to Unjustified, where we always cover
We're going
the
to start
truth,
it over
the
again.
facts, the
so you
good,
can
the
see
bad, the ugly,
Miss
on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification bell, and that way you will receive all of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy today's video.
Oh my gosh, I did forget part of it, didn't I? So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Sure.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what actually happened. I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I'm
no,
not.
stop. It's time. Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
There's a reason you feel sick to your stomach. And when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I could tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this. And I appreciate that because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today. And you knew I was going to find out because I told you that. And then you continued to stay knowing that you could, at the end, say, you know what? I just need to get this off my chest. Like, I just need to tell you what happened. We're not here to play games. We're not here to do any of that with you. We just want to know what happened. So can you start from the beginning and tell us what happened?
Everything that I said, I've told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now, like, I did not.
It's not even an option right now because you did not pass the polygraph, so I know you were being set.
So don't you like how he's like, but I didn't lie to you? Oh, who's this back here? This is Miss Megan.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Megan.
Sorry, I was trying to set everything up. 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I can remove you. Hold on. I'm
No, you're
sorry.
fine. You're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
I had Connor right here too, so where he was helping me set this up, I was. He had my
Oh.
computer or some set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right here.
I
I think. Hi, Connor. How are you?
have to present myself.
I am. I'm right here. See,
You
it's my
have to,
avatar.
I need a camera on.
I will in
Oh.
just a second when Daddy gets here.
Connor wants the camera on.
I know. I hate to not have the camera on. That's what I'm saying. I usually do have it on.
Well,
So I
yeah.
apologize, but I will
No,
have it
no.
on in just a bit.
No, I agree. That's
Go sit up there, okay?
that is a safety thing, and I totally agree.
Yes, not right now. Go on.
I think for Chris Watts, it kind of shows you a little bit. I wanted to stop it here because it shows you a little bit of how I don't even know how narcissist I guess he is, because he's like, I didn't lie to you, but you failed the polygraph.
Yeah.
But I didn't lie to you. And it's like, but you failed the polygraph. Like, I think she said 3 times, but I don't know that he took it that many times. I might have misunderstood her.
I wonder if she's talking about maybe questions
Right.
on
Yeah.
it, like 3 separate questions. But
Right.
Regardless, it kind of sounds like a parrot of what he's maybe used to saying also. So like when he's asked something, like, no, I'm telling the truth. No, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I just wonder if that's something, it's just something to easy go to. But yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe she was talking about 3 independent questions. But,
Okay, that might have been what she's talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. I didn't think about that.
But can you hear me okay with these headphones though so far?
I can hear you. Can everybody hear her in chat? Okay.
And hello everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. At Eve and Running Grey Wolf and Miss Smith.
Yes.
And everybody else that's in chat. Let me see.
Eve.
Yes, Eve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw Cher too, and I think she was in it, and Ronnie. So hello everyone. Hope you're doing well this Saturday. So I'm glad
She said they hear you, Megan.
Okay, great. Yeah, these aren't the best headphones, but the only ones I could find though.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. But I definitely wanted to say that it's you know, they're telling you. Now I know polygraphs are admissible in court, and I know that they don't always. I mean, they're not foolproof. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They can be wrong, I guess. I don't know. But I think most people do go by what polygraphs say. I mean,
Yeah.
even though they're admissible in court. Now, I don't know that how they're. I sort of know how they're administered, but I don't know. Can you mess one up?
I would think so. I think a lot of it has to do. I'm trying to link this to my channel so we can stream together again. But I think with polygraphs is the way you ask the question too. So I think that like if you don't ask it just right, like you can pass it and still be, that's why I'm curious always about Sebastian's Rogers. I don't know if again in that one too as well. Like I know Katie says she took a polygraph, but it would be interesting to know what questions did they ask her if they did ask questions. And the same thing. Well, I believe Watts is on camera though. Is it not his whole what is it called? Polygraph test? Or it was his private? I thought his was recorded.
This one, you mean Chris's? I don't know if it was. I don't know if it. I can try to find it if it was, and we can maybe watch it.
Chris Watts, though, you're not sure if his was recorded or not.
I don't know if it's. I can't.
Okay. I thought it was for some reason, but yeah, it would just be interesting to know what questions. That was kind of my point with the recording. If it was recorded, what did they ask him specifically, like word for word? Because I think if they ask it a certain way, you could go around that. Because if you really don't know something, like with what I was trying to say with like Katie Prophet, like I don't think she really knows where Sebastian is. But I agree. But I think she knows how he got there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the same thing with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he killed everybody. So it depends on what they asked him.
Right. And I agree with that too. And if you don't, do you ask everybody the same question? Like if you've got 3 suspects, are you asking them all the same exact question, or are you changing it depending on where they were?
Yeah, I would change them. So, but if you have someone who's asking all the same questions, I think you're already at, disadvantage there, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what she say. But it's a good tool for detectives to. You're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is good, but I don't know why it's admissible in court. There's got to be.
Well, you can take certain medications too to pass them now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
lots of medications you can take to pass them.
Mhm.
Things like that. So it's not that you can definitely maybe use it as like a compass or whichever, something like that, it points you a certain direction and you can maybe see how much but I think if you got a super nervous person, what would that come out as? I don't know if that's the same thing. Again, it would be interesting to know that detail of it. I wouldn't know that far into it.
Yeah, because what's his name? Pretty hard to beat one because spikes the heart and blood pressure are automatic body responses. They are. Yeah. Hi, Claudia. Welcome in. Just like what's his name? Daniel. From the Lily and Jack case. He failed his, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
and the more time goes on, I mean, I don't know so much about, in the beginning, I still kind of feel like he seemed very, kind of like he really didn't know much, really, through his interviews. He seemed very genuine when he was answering.
Yeah.
I see. Let's change that. And he seemed very genuine in his answers. Like, not as much as I felt like she was lying,
Right.
Like Malia was lying. But, again, with time, like, supposedly he's been arrested. Now, something totally different, to my knowledge. But something still, I think it was not like an aggravated assault or so. I'm not sure. Again, I'd have to look it up. I don't know what allegedly is or anything like that.
What the other charge that was against him was from his new girlfriend, I think.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a new girlfriend. So.
I didn't either until the charges came out. I think it was like he was keeping her hostage.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, you never know.
But they called it I don't know. It wasn't entrapment. I forgot what the exact thing was, but it was she's the one that pressed the charges. It didn't have anything to do with Jack and Lily case.
Yeah, no, something totally separate is what we're talking about. But just something for that example. Again, with that particular case, I don't feel like, again, from what I saw and observed and stuff, just from what he saw in the interviews, I don't really feel, again, that he was like the mastermind behind that or anything. But again, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
always the quiet one. It's always the quiet ones. Look at this one right here. Look how quiet he is. And look what he did.
What was it, Dragonite Dan, when I sent you? And he had I still couldn't get over that when I found him on YouTube, and it was like a whole Pokemon page. And he was just talking about unboxing different, but his name was Dragonite Dan, or it's still on my shorts, It cracked me up. I was just like, here's old Dan, Dragonite Dan. I was like, that, I don't know, y'all. I was like, y'all decide for yourself.
A whole different side we didn't know. Yeah.
But like you said, could be the quiet ones. So.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I will go back over here. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that. I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face. Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like, I'm not like trying to like cover things up. Like,
yeah, but you kind of are, because it's normal. Normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have marker on your hand. Like, I know you just wrote on the wall. They're like, oh, okay. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home. Like,
But you know they're not coming back home. You know that,
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
but you know they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Tammy and I are confused. And here's what we're confused about.
Mhm.
I told you that we've done some work overnight.
Yeah.
I told you that we've got a lot of beliefs. Okay, that wasn't a lie.
I know.
We know a lot more than you think we do. Okay. And here's where we're confused. You're this great guy.
In my opinion, they know a lot more because NK has come in and fed them full of crap. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think too, I mean, at this point, was it like 2 days maybe since she's been gone? Which shows you they can get information a lot sooner on phones and text messages and things, and they lead you to believe in certain other things. But yeah, I would think that they've talked to NK. But didn't she say something to them about like 24 hours after or something like that finally? Well, she scrubbed her yoga shop or yoga business.
And she also did something with her phone.
Yeah, I think she deleted everything. But did she have 2 phones too?
I
I'm
think
not
she had
sure.
2 phones. I don't know that. Well, we didn't know that at the time.
Mhm.
Law enforcement might have known that at the time, but
Yeah.
she deleted all of her information. And they asked her why, and she's like, "Because he's a monster." And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's exactly what she said, but it was something along those lines. But and I agree with you, Miss Eve, that he is where he needs to be because he brought that monsters plural,
Yeah.
into his family's life. So he has to own it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to be there, but I don't think he needs to be there by himself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, when has it ever been acceptable in history to just say, well, I scrubbed my phone just because I didn't like him anymore? Like he made me mad and I was, he hurt my feelings. So I just deleted everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's never been an acceptable answer in history before for a situation like this, much less again, bringing your daddy to the interview and him putting his hand up and going, "No, sir, we're not going to talk about that." And if you listen to a lot of like what he's like shushing the detective on, it was funny because the detective is trying to like give him an out in that particular instance. Like he's trying to like make something up for him. And he's like, "No, you're assuming there, sir." And the detective's like, "No, what I'm trying to say is like, how would she know?" Kind of like wink, wink, And her dad's getting all offended, And it's like they're trying to give you an out, but that's again what I'm saying though. You're watching it happen in real time. Like you're watching this out happen in real time. The dad's not even smart enough to pick up that it's an out in real time. She's just sitting there like on her hands, like, what do I say? What do I do?
Yeah. And she's grown. I mean, why does your dad even in there speaking for you as an adult?
Yeah. And like again, when has that ever been acceptable? Like in any history, like of anything that you've ever heard?
Well, yeah, they're not going to let a relative of mine speak for me if I'm grown.
No, not in like and at this case, at this point, it was already a murder case, and it was of 4 people.
A quadruple murder case. I mean, it wasn't like it was not that one is any better than 4, but
it's a lot though.
This was children, too.
I mean, how many does it take to become a serial killer? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just know that's a lot of people at one time, though. Like 4 people, and they're all related to you by blood, things like that. So
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Is it 2? I mean,
yeah, I would think at 4. I mean, it's still the annihilator thing, but I guess just again, my point being that's a lot of people at one time to do. So I would think that.
I think the only thing that irritates me right here. And I know it's probably part of their training and it's how they do things, is they're talking to him like he's 10.
Yeah.
You know that, Chris. You know better than, I mean, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
You're
seems to be working though with him,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess they go by the mentality of the person sitting in front of them, whether they talk to them like they're a child.
Well, and how much that person probably lies on a regular basis, which I think you could tell with him, he definitely didn't, Yeah. And I don't see how you could, it's hard to pull off 1 murder, much less 4.
By yourself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
This is probably
Yeah.
Doug's Connor. Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. And
Okay.
I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that, okay? We can't find anyone saying anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children
I'm not taking care of them right now.
right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
the silence.
Yeah, it's incredibly awkward. So that's the point of it, right? I hear the clock.
Yeah. They're just quiet.
There's certain points too where it almost sounds like he giggles like a little bit when he was like, I don't know where they're at. You know what I mean? It's
He
almost like
does.
a giggle a bit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like it's more than just giving like I snapped. It's more like a completely mentally unstable moment. Because again, you're talking about your children.
Yeah.
You know where they are. He knows where
Yeah.
they are at this point.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, they say you're a good father, and everybody says you're a good father, and it's so weird how to put him in the same sentence of a good father.
yeah. And I think
When
that's some of the stuff we're talking about when we talk about this case in separate of the things that you could consider what was being good parents too.
right.
That's separate, a little bit separate, but yeah, I think a lot of hold on. Actually, let me go unlock the door real quick. I think
Sure,
I'll be
sure.
back.
He's straight up, yeah. When he says he doesn't know it, yeah. But and I know they're playing on him, like they're saying, like, we know you're a good father, and everybody says you're a good father, and that right there, if you've done anything to your children, that right there should get your gut. That should be like, everybody's saying I'm a good father, and I know where my kids are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's probably what they were trying to do. They were probably trying to tell him how good of a father everybody said he was, but really he is not. And they're probably trying to use that to get him to talk.
Yeah.
Make him feel bad. Everybody says you're a good father, but
He's so emotionally available though. Like that doesn't even. He's just like, yeah, like because that's what I'm told. It's just a label. That's all it is. It's just a label to him. So he doesn't even really know what that completely is, other than what his behavior is supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, he's totally detached. For me, I don't think he knows what emotion is.
Mm-mm.
Like I don't think he feels
what it looks like. He knows what it looks like and how to mimic it, but he really doesn't know. I think how it feels. In real
I don't.
Time.
Mm-mm. I've always thought that he just doesn't. I didn't know that they can make people emotionless. I mean, I didn't know you could feel nothing, but I think he only feels something when it's not what he wants. Like he's not getting what he wants. I think that's when he gets
mad. It would have been interesting to see what he really would have been like without cameras before everything happened. If they would have been in a disagreement kind of thing. Did he cold shoulder her? Did he pacify her? Like what did he do to get what he wanted from her or to end the argument? Was it, I'm just curious if that ever changed or was it always like a go-to same kind of thing, Yeah. Because he seems very flexible in knowing how to go between what he should be saying and what emotion but there's nothing behind it. It's like that blank kind of kind of stare.
It's like soulless, probably.
Yeah, like even when they're taking the pictures of him, like right after this and stuff, it's again he has very dark eyes too, but it's very blank. There's a glimmer, but there's nothing behind it, kind of thing. It's just whatever he's supposed to be doing in that moment. Very robotic, I guess.
Yeah, the lights ain't on.
Yeah,
They ain't. Yeah, they're
I
not
like
on.
her whatever color that you tell them to be.
Right, right.
Whatever you
Chris,
change them out to be.
you gotta say you did not do it, and I mean, no matter what.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's
went into a relationship that would have been exactly the same.
yeah.
I feel like.
She would have still controlled it.
Yeah, because I don't even think like you listen to the way like he gets, or like I don't know if you so much listen to the way, but like you can tell that he doesn't like his mom so much bashing or putting down Shanann. And this is even after, so like he always tries to end the conversation or cut it off. And I think it would have been the same thing for Nicole then. So when you
Yeah.
can see when she's in the interrogation that she gets upset about those things,
Mhm.
like when she's talking about that woman and this and that and this and that. Like, no mistress is encouraging someone to stay with somebody and work things out and all that kind of stuff, like all the things she was saying. But how she would even like clench her hands or it looked like she was motioning to choke some. I mean, she was talking about certain things that would have to do with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she encouraged him a lot to kind of find the things that were wrong with Shanann and magnify
Right.
those things that maybe they were,
Yeah.
not saying these things. I mean, everybody has their flaws already that exist, but she magnified them even
Mhm.
more, even if
Yeah.
he tried to downplay them.
Yeah. He told his mom, "Don't talk about Shanann. She was a good mom."
Yeah, he liked her cooking. He missed her. Yeah, he missed her cooking. She liked,
Yeah.
like all that stuff that he wishes
Yeah.
that he could go back to, just being at home with them and holidays and eating her food, her home cooking, all that kind of stuff like that.
Right.
He never really had anything negative to say about her.
No, and it's
even
so
after she
weird.
was gone.
It's just
Yeah.
so weird how you just
Yeah, switch like
It's-
that almost.
well,
it
it's
seems
like he's two different people.
Yeah. Hello, Lee. But yeah, I thought that was weird too. I do think it's weird how he could not really bash her and put her down, but then go to also behind closed door agreeing to doing something like this to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi,
You know.
Tom.
How are
Good to
you?
see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah.
Buttering him up and something he'd really agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a great dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
just anything. As long as it makes you sound good, like sure. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm supposed to say, and that's what sounds good. So I'll go with that.
That's okay, Ronnie. Don't anyone yell at me, and I don't follow the case. But the few videos I watched, Shanann seemed like she called the shots in the relationship.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah, and I agree with that
Mhm.
completely. So yeah, I
Yep.
think that's where we're gonna kind of go more with this in the future when it gets past
Yep.
some of like the interrogations and things we talked. Just
Yep.
the dynamic of the relationship, I think
Yep.
is what he was used to. And again, Nicole was the same way. Nicole would have dominated everything. Nicole was bad mouthing Shanann. She was finding everything wrong with Shanann.
Yep.
The same thing that I think that most of the family would have accused Shanann of doing with Cindy Watts. Not saying Cindy Watts was or wasn't,
Right.
but almost the same dynamic of the relationship. He would cut off one and go to the next, cut off that one and then go to the next one
Right.
when he was done or drained or didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, he was always protecting the person that he was
The
that
new
was in control of the situation. Yeah.
The new one that
Yeah.
was stroking his ego and telling him everything
Yeah.
was going to be
Yeah.
fine. And he was such a great dad, such a great
Mhm.
guy, all the things that the detectives are telling him, the things that he needs to be told to feel comfortable, the non-confrontational. And at the end, Shanann was becoming more confrontational about the sense of like, who are you talking to?
And that's what Nicole was doing. She was feeding his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Appalachia Skies. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
I hope you feel better. She left me a message earlier. She kind of sounds like me, but worse.
Yeah.
So,
I've
yeah.
had a chest cold off and on for a while to where I'm starting to be like, oh gosh, like this
Yeah.
is really getting annoying, because I mean,
Yeah.
almost since we got back from the cruise, it's just been off and on. And it's just because it
Yep.
gets hot and cold and hot and cold. And it's just so
Mhm.
humid in Texas on the water over here anyways.
Yeah. That salt air coming in. Yep.
Yeah.
But we are, like Megan was saying, we are going to talk about we're going to watch some videos of Shanann, some Facebook videos of her, because I think she mainly did her stuff on Facebook. But I wanted to kind of do the interrogation of Chris, and then so you can kind of get his personality and feel of him. And then we're going to do some stuff on Shanann, so you can kind of see her and kind of seeing we can see what their dynamics together was on video.
Yeah. And how much in the videos I noticed rewatching them too that I didn't notice at first, how much he's making faces at her. in these videos. He is like stuff like stuff you would expect like him to just be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like he
Mm.
really is like he's cutting his eyes at her, he's
Rolling
kind of
her-
rolling his eyes like
Yep.
that's so stupid, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just like, and I'm just saying like I didn't notice it the first time.
Yeah.
But like looking back at it, how much he's kind of mocking the whole being on camera thing, like passively aggressively in the back. And I don't know if she never notices it or not, but like I mean,
Probably
I didn't
not.
notice it the first time. Yeah, I
Probably
didn't
not.
notice it.
Because she was so focused on the video and making people see what she wanted them to see about the home life and everything, you know. And I'm not at all ever going to bash a victim.
Right.
But when you're doing a case like we are, and this is a case study, you have to look at everything. You have to
Yeah.
look at every person that was involved as much as you can, because you have to have a
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
just have to put yourself in someone's shoes. And
Yeah.
like, how would you
yeah.
expect yourself to respond or act in a certain situation? And
Mhm.
what would you be like after a certain amount of time of a certain behavior was continuing towards you or around you or something like that? Like someone said, they do feel rage, or Running Wolf said they do feel rage, anger, fear, and superficial happiness. What would that look like for him?
Mhm.
What does rage look like for him? You know, because I know what it like being upset looks like for most people. You can tell when most people are upset. But he
And
can
I
stand
think-
on his whole porch and grin about his family not coming back, knowing his daughters are in
Ah.
oil. So what does rage look like for somebody? Like, is there a rage? Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what would be interesting. And you have to kind of look like at that, because it helps you identify people in your life
Right.
you don't need
Yeah.
to be around. So that's why it's important too, because these are relationships like Shanann probably would have never thought, right? How many times does she joke in her videos and say, well, well, Chris is going to kill me, in the
Yeah.
videos, and look at what happens in the end. It sounds like such a passive, like, oh, that's just a joke. Well, look what happened. You know what I mean? So it is
Mhm.
something you do kind of have to pay attention to. What was his behavior like?
And I think the only video you really see him have emotion in, like raw emotion in, and I don't know that it's the tears he was crying, I don't think are for his family. I think they're for him. But when they were sentencing him in the courtroom, you could look at his face and it was anger.
Yeah, that's the most angry I've seen him. His legs
Yeah.
are shaking.
Yeah.
And his legs
And-
are shaking a lot when her parents are talking, and I find that interesting. What is it that he's wanting to say to them that's pure anger? Because he's angry about something that he feels like they're saying, like they're hiding something, it feels like he's saying. Like they're not calling something what it is. They're almost like taking a cheap shot, it feels like, and that's why he's getting angry. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying, not saying he's not guilty, he is, but there's
Yeah.
also something else there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Just like the way this happened, the way that they hurry up and didn't question Nicole at all, or like question who Jim was, or question why her daddy's, like all these things they just don't want people to question.
Yeah.
Why did they talk about publicly the paternity of the children? That's not something that normally happens in this kind of murder case. Why did they talk about her alcohol level when she was murdered? That's not normally talked about. I'm just saying, and these are things I'm just saying they're not normally talked about.
Right. Right.
If it is, show me how many cases it's normally talked about in, unless it's been directly called out for a reason because it was part of it.
But you notice that he tried to say that Shanann unalived the girls because he was trying to redirect the issue and the tragedy towards someone that couldn't speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to take that. He's like, well, I saw her doing this, so I choked her.
When I think he used the fact that she was had a controlling, dominant personality as the fact that this could be something people would believe.
Right.
Everybody right away said, whether people, the Lundstroms or whatever they're called, that they lived with her or something, they even said they thought it was her in the very beginning. They thought she had snapped and that was the end of it. So these are people she lived with. Where are all her childhood friends? Again, not victim shaming. I'm saying this is stuff that we need to down the line truly look at so that you understand something. Because regardless, he is where he should be, and 2 other people should be there too.
I agree.
But he could have walked away. He could have pointed out all these things. So that's just stuff we need to talk about so that you can walk away in your everyday real life situation with people like this. Because I think we come across people like this more than we realize.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't always have an out with them because sometimes you end up having kids with them, or you get into a relationship with them or something like that, or they're even family.
Yeah. And Ronnie, there's not, sadly, there's not a whole lot of videos for us to look at for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
They interviewed her, I think, twice that you can actually watch it. And then I think she was interviewed in the park, but they didn't put her on video. It's just voice. And then
Yeah.
I can't remember if they recorded her and her dad in there
And
But-
where and what
in the interrogation room.
they did on camera.
Okay, did they?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
on camera, and that's what I'm saying. And she's sitting there at first, and she's going on, and then once her dad takes over the parts where he's kind of trying to say what's going to happen, and like
Yeah.
what's not. I mean, you see her shrink like real small all of a sudden, and she's kind of just watching the back and forth. You know, like you can see her eyes just between the two of
Yeah.
like, oh no, what's daddy going to save me? You know, like how's he going to save me this time? You know what I mean? So you can tell it happens all the time.
And I will play that one. I'm sure Unjustified has it, and I'll find it, and we'll look at it too, also, so y'all can kind of get a vision of her, or get a kind of feeling of her too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I know that there's 2 of her by herself. I'm pretty sure
Right.
there's 2 of her by herself, and then that's it. Those 2, and then the one with her dad. I don't think she's on anything else
Not that I've seen. No.
that you can see her.
No, I mean only that video that they showed recently, like what, a year or 2 ago, where they caught her but she's not talking. She's just at that funeral or whatever.
Right.
She's like on camera for like a few seconds and then she's gone.
And then there's pictures of her that he took. We may can bring those up while we're here watching this video. We may can bring those up.
And those are the ones I think.
Um,
I don't know if those are the ones he put in his app in addition to ones she sent, or like.
Yeah, because he had that secret app
Yeah.
that he hid pictures under.
Yeah. Hello, Aussie True Crime. How are you?
Oh, there's Aussie. How are you, Miss Aussie from down under over there? Are you awake? What time is it? I mean, it's like a whole different day there.
Yeah.
It's
I know. I have someone I do readings for too. Her name's Beck, and she's on here sometimes. And I usually like stay up to about 7 or something to do hers because it's usually about like, I don't know what time it is there. I have to usually look it up. I forget.
Yeah, it's like a whole different day over there, isn't it, Aussie? Glad to
There's a bunch
see
of
you.
Time zones too, like I think
Yeah.
12 of them or something.
Yeah, it's like it's it's nuts on the trying to get everybody together. I wanted to get Aussie up on my looking glass, but we have to get the time zones together so that we can have her up there, you know what I mean, and talk about some 6:30. Oh, power went out, so I had to get up. Oh no, so it's 6:30 in the morning, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you are way ahead of me. Yeah. Wow, okay. I hate it. The power went out. I'm sorry. I hope it comes back on soon.
I know Ken used to be in the UK, and she'd come in our chat, and she'd always say
Yeah.
like all this stuff that had happened, and she knew it already. And I'm like, and everybody'd be like, "How do you know that?" And then we'd find out later, just because she was like a day ahead. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a day and a half ahead.
Yeah. So we would just go
Yeah.
ask Ken. Just ask
Yeah.
Ken first.
That's how we used to pick on our family when we were stationed in Okinawa, Japan.
Yeah.
We were a day ahead, and when the year would change, we would call them and say, "We're in the future. Y'all are still in 1999. We're in 2000. So far, it's the same. It's just,
Yeah, everything's reporting back the same so far.
yeah. So far, everything's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Nothing new in
Nothing
2000.
exciting.
Don't get excited. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll go back over and listen some more. Let
Yeah.
me get back over where I'm at. There I am. The silence kills me here.
I know it makes you even realize if you've unfroze it yet. Like if it's like played or paused.
No, it's silence. They're
You know,
just
it's
staring at him.
awkward. It's just awkward.
Yeah, they're just staring at him. It's freaking hilarious because I let it play at the end of the little video I put because they literally were just staring at him. And I was like, can you imagine being in there and they're just staring?
Can you
Both
imagine
of
some
them.
of the people who don't squirm, like how nuts even more than him they are, because to just have someone making you that uncomfortable and staring and the clock just ticking and just
Yeah, because you can hear the clock tick, tick,
Mhm.
tick, and they're staring at him. And I'm like, Okay, is this an interrogation
And then
tactic
it
too?
almost makes you wonder, did Shanann really grill him horribly?
Right, because
he cracked within like
that's
I had this
hilarious.
motherfucker running for weeks if I'd be mad. So I don't know.
Go ahead, stare at me all you want. I'm not gonna
Burn
break.
a hole through him. So
I'm used to it.
yeah, right.
I'm used
Good
to
luck.
it. Give me the look of death. That's all right. I don't even know what it means because I don't feel emotion. So go ahead. Yeah.
Numb.
Lord.
So let's keep talking about your family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just
Yeah,
can't
okay.
figure out why there's two Chris's. Okay?
Thank you,
We
sir.
talked about that last night.
Yes.
We just can't figure it out.
Yeah, we can't either.
There's a Chris, okay? If somebody asked me my first child routine, I would say, I don't know, go ask their mom. That's the truth, right? And so it is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning, and you know just what to put in there, and you know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident, okay? You know what the clothes to put in there, you know what they have for breakfast, you know what they have for a snack, and a dinner, and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them, and you're not faking that, are you? That's real, okay? There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that, and I know they're lying, okay? Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer, okay? But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay?
That's your daughter.
I know. And this is very good. Keep
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think anything like that could happen. I didn't think I'd ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. She was pregnant, and
I cheated on her ass.
it was.
He said ass.
I don't want to.
Huh?
He said, what did you say?
It said he cheated on her ass.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
That's what
Rewind it and see if that's what it said.
no, that's what the closed caption said. I'll rewind it though. Show you. And see, I think what he's telling now is the argument they had when she got home.
Yeah.
At some point, they had this talk. So it was either over the phone or when she got home. Because this part I do believe right here.
I know. Keep going.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it.
See?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, was there anything else that he possibly could have said that sounded like it, but I guess not.
I can go back
starting
again.
to say I feel horrible for it, but
Maybe.
he was starting to say ass and realized he shouldn't say ass and was like, I feel horrible for it.
Yeah, because he
It
kind
does
of
sound like he's starting to say ass though, yeah.
he kind of talks like her because I feel like she kind of has a lisp or like a something when she talks, and he kind of has the same thing. We'll listen to it again.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. She
No,
was
that's what he
pregnant,
said.
and
He said that. That's what he said. I cheated on her ass. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't catch that the very first time I watched this. That's why I wanted to go over it myself, because the first time I didn't have my channel and I couldn't really go over it. And so I think there's things you hear when you go back over stuff and you're like, it's your channel. You kind of hear it and see it better. So that's what I wanted to do. I know the ticking clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And I feel absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I've been holding. I think that when I didn't go to the Rocky game, I was with her.
Okay.
I went to dinner with her.
Okay. Keep going.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Okay. You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller.
Please.
When I tell you I fell out of love, it's 'cause I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like if something like this, I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved.
Because
you like to take care of
she's a wonderful person. Like, she
Really?
knew I was married, yes.
Then
That's
they
why we're going through
irritate
this.
you when they're
Yes.
doing something like all this and where they're at. They've been murdered, but she's a wonderful person.
How can you say somebody's a wonderful person when they're wrecking your home?
Because they're doing it together.
Huh?
Because they're doing it together.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I mean, it's just, she's the one that, you know, I don't know. I mean, they're both doing it. So,
Eve, Eve thinks when she got home, she could not find the girls because they were already gone.
yeah.
And that is when they started arguing. And I also believe something happened in the basement. Just my opinion on this. I believe something
Yeah.
happened in the basement also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I believe that probably is more likely where it happened at too. I always wonder, like, do you think like the sheets in their room were taken down to the basement and that's why that sheet was off the bed in the bedroom? In her
Yeah,
bedroom,
I think
and they
that.
kept it in the basement for putting the body in
Yeah.
at the bottom of the stairs, because
Yeah.
I feel like it more likely was the bottom of the stairs, like bottom of the stairs when she went down where it happened at.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like something happened in the bedroom because he wouldn't have removed the sheets
Yeah.
if something didn't happen in there, and then I kind of think it kind of went from there to down in the
In the
basement.
basement. Yeah. I wonder about between the bedroom and the basement how it got from upstairs to downstairs like that
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah, because and that's the one thing I think that they didn't screw up. The one thing I think that messed them up was Nicole Atkins called in that welfare check
Right.
for Shanann, and I believe they were going to go back and fix the bed back because you can't look at a woman's home that's that immaculate and think she would leave a bed unmade.
Right. Not
That's
in that condition though either. You know, why would it
Right.
be stripped down like that with everything else done?
right,
And then the office the way it was.
right. So I think they were going to go back and fix the bedroom, make the bed and stuff so that it wouldn't be nothing.
yeah, because there was stuff in the trash can too. I mean, that stuff
Yeah.
he wouldn't have left in the trash can.
Blanket and
whatever
everything,
he
yeah.
grabbed out of the car, which would have
Yeah.
looked like the ring. It looked like the ring was in the car.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
So
do think, like you were saying too, I do agree with that. They were more than likely probably going to allegedly, in my opinion, blow up Servy with the car to try to get rid of all the evidence.
mhm.
So, but yeah, I do think they were going to go home and clean.
Yeah. And she did mess that up. I mean, what she did didn't save them, but it put Chris in prison, but
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, right. Yeah. Maybe he took her
Yeah.
out through the basement. I think he took her out the back door. I think they took her out the back.
yeah, I was trying to look on like the layout of that place, how close the basement was to back door, because isn't it kind of off the side to the back kind of
Yeah.
yard area anyways a little bit,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
still would have, because I mean they were showing how like whenever they went to take pictures of the place, like
Mhm.
there was a slide or something like that
Right.
was pushed up against the gate, but it was collapsed
Right.
where it normally wouldn't have collapsed. They think that they carried the body over that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they carried her out the back because if you listen to Chris and his porch interview where he's rocking, he says, well, if she went out the back, we wouldn't know it because there's no cameras back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Then usually when they tell you where not to look again, kind of like the Sebastian Rogers thing, the summer thing, everything they tell you not to look at is where you probably want to be looking at.
Right.
So,
Right. So when I heard him say that, I was like, bingo.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, so. Mhm.
I always wondered too if he used the refrigerator in the basement for something and why there was a picture of that.
Sadly, okay, I think there was something in there that was small.
Well, I would say Cece, but I still can't figure out why. Yeah, like why Cece and or did they or no? I think we talked about this. Didn't you say you just thought that Bella? He just thought that they thought that Bella was gone, but possibly wasn't. So that's what happened because he said that she was
Cece.
acting odd.
They thought CC had already, in my opinion,
Right.
allegedly, over here on this channel,
Right.
they thought that she was already passed and she wasn't because she woke up at some point and she wasn't acting right.
And that was Cece they said that about?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was Bella. Okay.
It was CC.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was CC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that one too.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested too now to watch that one again since we talked about that because it makes more sense that that would be what happened. That one of them they thought, was whatever and they woke back up.
Right.
So that would make more sense to why they pointed that out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think Nicole was the one more responsible for that.
Mm-hmm. When he says, I didn't do anything to my girls, I actually believe him on that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I hate to say I believe him on anything, but that's one of the things that I do believe him on. Now, when he says he didn't hurt Shanann, I don't believe him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something I'd almost have to again watch too,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe for sure 100% he didn't do the girls though.
Right. Yeah. I believe that too. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of plays out because this is where he talks about it almost in this interview, isn't it? Or no? With Shanann?
I think so. There's some point because he says I can't believe she put her hands on my girls.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this interview or not, but what really bothers me is I'm running Gray Wolf agrees with us too, is that you are allowing a child murderer to walk this earth.
Yeah.
You are allowing one to walk this earth. Mm-hmm. No, how do you sleep at night? In my opinion, allegedly over on this channel.
Yeah.
How do you sleep knowing what you know? I'll put it like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about a lot of these cases where you start to look at who's connected to what and everything, just how many of these people do know the truth of some of the stuff that's going on. Like even, again, like I bring Sebastian's case into it because there's so much in Sebastian's you can just, and even really with Summers too, but Sebastian's too with the CPS files being there and everything that you can just point to and say that was blatantly there. You know what I mean? And so it was blatantly ignored or pushed aside or whatever. So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah. Yep. So sad.
Let's see what else he lies about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told her that, we're going to get, at the end, like, you're going to get separate. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be. I know. I had no idea. I I saw her, took my breath away, and I'd never thought in a million years that could happen. I don't even think of a figure. It was, I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that's not your fault.
No, I'm just.
Why can we do this? I know you want to take care of her it's because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife, you took care of your daughters, you were very good at taking care of her, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody. But
Yeah.
I can't walk out of here wondering. So can we leave her out of it? Okay. Get back to your wife and your daughters.
Okay.
Where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, like, what I could, I know.
Chris, in an interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about,
I was holding back from last night.
that's why you failed today.
That's not how that works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, like, is that what you're talking about?
You
Not the
wanted me
ones
to lie about.
her disappearance and knowing where she's at and
Yeah.
what you forgot seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things. So,
Can I tell you what I think?
yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, we knew all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now, because you didn't have to tell us about it, but you did.
I couldn't hold that in anymore.
We could see it on your chest,
I can't.
in your eyes.
I can't. I gotta tell the truth. I just can't take it no more.
I just can't hold it in. I just
After all
can't
the
hold,
shit I've done, I just can't take this no more. Just gotta,
I just can't hold it in. I can't.
Such a good guy.
Yeah, such a great guy.
We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we knew, okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer, okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife. I am too, okay? So can I tell you, maybe, based on the people that I've talked to, and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay? Based on talking with family members and friends, and based on talking with everyone, here's what we know, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to you right now, here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Everyone said it. Okay, I'm not just telling you that because I, want to blow smoke here. You're a good man.
You are blowing smoke.
Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't, okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage. Okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit. Okay? This should have been a time in your marriage.
And he's
where you were
broke.
Happy and thriving
Yeah.
and productive. Okay? And
Nobody
I
was making
believe
good money. So that's what I'm
Shannon's
saying.
the reason none of that
Yeah.
happened.
In debt.
I believe that she's a controlling person.
Which is what fed a lot of
Maybe
this.
doesn't listen to you as much as she should.
Now here he goes, and I get it. I get you got to talk about the victim because you got to get them to talk. But he kind of goes at Shanann. For me, he kind of leads him into an answer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the wrong answer. Although I don't believe Shanann did anything to her kids or whatever. I don't believe that, but I kind of feel like he kind of leads him a little bit here. But maybe that's.
I mean, I
Maybe
think that was like the tactic they did say they used it, but I don't remember the purpose behind it, why they would have tried to make it look like she did it. I'm not really sure how that would have spun into anything that they were looking
productive.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that, you know what I mean? Because if she's the one that's missing with them. So I mean, it's just a weird angle to have approached anyways to me a little bit, you know.
That's what I thought.
Because it was only 2 days into it. So
And I sat here and I'm like, I get it. They when they're detectives, they got to be nice and they got to go through all these hoops to talk to them and down these different avenues and different ways. But see, that's why I couldn't be a detective because I'll be in there. I would just be telling them, look, you freak. What did you do? I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be I can't sugarcoat it. And that's a detective has to be able to sugarcoat.
yeah.
They got to be able to lay it on thick.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like what, 2 days of questioning at this point, almost.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
whatever she wants and you can't. Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, whoa, buddy. Okay?
Wow.
A woman that lets her man
Whoa, buddy.
do all the backpack packing and all the cooking.
I'll do all the cooking, but she cooks like, I do like some things here and there.
Okay? That's because you're a good person. And I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay? It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first.
Wait a minute. When he was talking about her, they were talking about her earlier. He didn't mention her name, did he? How does the
No.
detective know his name? Her name. Hold on just a second. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
How didn't he know Nikki's name?
Well, I heard where he had said that we already knew about Nikki. Remember, like, probably 5, not even.
Maybe I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, he said, like, he said when you were something yesterday, he said we already knew about Nikki. And that's when he goes, well, I didn't want to bring her into it. Like, around that part, he said, well, we knew about her yesterday. That's why we started asking this or something like that. Yeah, so he just said it like a.
Okay, I must have missed that part.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he know? Okay. Yeah, okay.
What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about
Yeah. And the other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why we want to give you an opportunity today to just help us find them. Okay? Will you do that for us?
it. I'll do whatever I can to help to find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know where they are? Or are you going to tell the truth about where they are? You failed miserably.
Okay.
Why?
I'm a nervous person. Like every question I asked, every question, it felt like
Yeah, I'm a nervous
I
person.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
say the right thing.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like,
I don't know,
That's
like,
funny. That's what I'm saying.
what it reads like through, I
I've
know
really been
she's
grilled.
saying about,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
autonomy,
when you really
so-
think about it. Because
Yeah.
I think about how much, like, I mean, I know I've been grilled in my life and I have a better answer than I'm just a nervous person.
yeah, I'm just a nervous person. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Oh, thank you, Running Gray Wolf. Thank you. I'm just a nervous person. I can't answer these questions.
Yeah, these are too deep of questions. I just murdered my family, but these questions are really just, they're making me nervous.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my girlfriend, and I don't want to talk about nothing.
Well, and that's why I think it's a good point of, I think Gray Wolf had also said too, and I agree that, you know, he didn't take the girls or out there and, you know, unalive them, because when they said that he went out there, he vomited.
Right.
And lost
Right.
bowels or whatever. So normally that's going to happen right when you see it for the first time or something like that. So yeah, I just thought about that for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know why,
true.
but that was really important to say. That's a reason why, yes, I don't think he actually physically did anything to the girls or was around when it happened. I think, or I don't know what he saw once he, maybe Shan's body. Like, I mean, I think that he definitely probably would have helped do that.
Well,
What do
at
you
some-
think about the out at Servy? I don't know how he would have been able to get all that done at once on his own. So
Well, I
somebody was
don't
out
think-
there.
I don't think he did it on his own.
Yeah.
But the one thing that he says is, Bella says to him, "Are you going to do to me what you did to Cece?"
Mm-hmm.
And he says that, and I'm
So you
like,
think he saw that part?
yeah. So I think I think he knows what happened to them, for sure.
So do you think they like followed each other in cars out there or something? Or
Yeah,
met
I
out
think-
there kind of thing? Okay. I was
Yeah.
like wondering how you think it played out there in your head, because again, I think that was interesting that it happened out there. So that
Yeah.
means he saw something out there that triggered that response, which
Yeah.
is usually the actual death or seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and that happened out there for him, and he admitted that.
And now, when they got out there, he may not know exactly where they put them,
Right.
but he knows about the
Where they
area
were.
there.
Like, he
Yeah.
knew they were in those oil things for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He might not have knew which one, because I think there's 3 or 4. There was 3
I
out
don't
there.
remember. Yeah,
3 tanks.
I don't remember how many tanks were out there. I think I've only seen a picture of the actual, like, 2 tanks and then Shanann's body off to the side, which is kind of interesting too, because if you look at just the layout of that, and this was just like me looking at it, it almost does look like a uterus with the umbilical cord with the 2 tanks inside.
It does.
If you're looking at that too, you know, because they
Yeah.
were talking about how the American, you know, Horror Story and how that played on the
Mhm.
TV, and then if you look at the layout of Serbi, it looks like a uterus from up
Yeah.
above. Like, I just
Right.
thought that was weird, you know? I was like,
It
that
does.
is real weird, man. The
Yeah.
girls are inside, so
Yeah. And it's and I do believe he dug the place where Shanann was at,
yeah.
because that wasn't very deep, and that was one person that did that. He didn't have time to get it any deeper.
Yeah, they probably did the girls, and they were like, "You take care of that. That's your wife," kind of thing. You know, we're not messing
Right.
with that. And I do think, like, yeah, the coffin birthing had already started. You know, so he would have already started to, because I mean, he talked about the smell with it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so that stuff he talked about, and that he has an emotional reaction behind, just like the comment of Bella making that comment. You know,
Right.
about, are you gonna do that to me too? So those are both things that you'd have to believe he was present for.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do think he more than likely, like you're saying, did Shanann's, and they took care of the girls.
Yeah. So I think he knew the area, but I don't think he knew exactly where.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe everything he says, but I think there's some salad in there
Yeah.
of things that really did happen. I think he put in there 3 sentences in there that were true.
Right.
Um,
That's usually how those stories are told, though.
yeah, I mean, I believe he mixed it in with a lot of nonsense, but I still believe some of the stuff he put in there, he said, was real.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Mm-hmm.
because Shanann's plane was plane was late. Yep, and that threw everything back.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree that did throw him off, and I think, to be honest, I think he had second thoughts.
Yeah. Well, they're on the phone. Well, you look at him, he was on the phone that 3 hours almost with Nicole Kessinger that night. Was it almost 3 hours, something like that? I don't remember how long it was.
Yeah, it was a while.
But you listen to that too. They're on the phone all night long. It's so that you don't change your mind. It's so you don't get distracted. Kind of like why Chris Prophet was on the phone with Katie Prophet all night. Don't distract. Don't come off the storyline. Don't change your mind. Like, stick to the story. This is what we're doing. We agreed upon it. Don't get nervous. You know what I mean? Don't change your mind.
Right.
I think that's why they stay on the phone as long as they stay on the phone with each other.
Yep. And I think that's why he was on the phone with her so long.
Yeah, because somebody has to puppet it still and make sure. I mean, especially once you have Jim coming from wherever he's coming from. I mean, it's a full-on plan. You know?
Right,
I mean, even his dad knew. I mean, even his dad knew. He brings it up in the interview. He's like, well, Jim came in Monday, right? You know, like, looking at her. So it's like, well, did you ask him to come too, Dad?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because, like,
why would Dad even know that Jim came in Monday? What would that matter? Was Jim a friend of Dad's too? I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not
like it to me. The way
I'm not
spoke about
accusing,
him,
you know.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, when I saw the way he was like, well, Jim came, you know, I felt like he probably knows him too. Like, it's good friends with him too. It's not just Nicole. You know, they grew up kind of together, or maybe that is a family friend before anything. But I feel like it's more like a connection from work and things like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Who knows? Whatever lodge they belong to.
Right. Yeah.
You know, is what more sounds like, the Masonic lodges and things like that. Who knows?
I think the circle was smaller than we think.
Yeah,
Shanann did change her stuff. That's one of the things that messed him up, because he couldn't get in her phone.
Why do you think he was going to get in there, just to change like her updates or something, to say what she was doing?
She changed her password into her phone, because he said he tried to get into it and she had changed her password.
phone. Okay.
So he didn't know how to get into her phone to text things. I think if he could have got in there, he could have texted something.
He would have been pretending to be her. Okay.
And see, she changed her password and he couldn't get in there.
Right.
And she did that before she came back. So I think I think she kind of messed them up there
Yeah.
on changing the password, and and her watch was on its charger, but it showed no activity. Well, she's not going to go anywhere without that Apple Watch. Why would that Apple Watch still be at home and her be gone?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be. 'Cause she
No.
had it with her, just like she always have her phone with her.
Yeah. What's that say?
1 second, my mom just walked in.
Yeah, sure. Or add text to make him look. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She changed her password, and that caused him not to be able to get in there and type what tomfoolery he wanted to get in there and type.
Yeah, because his messages were really back and forth too. Like you would see where he'd be very encouraging. Maybe in the messages he knew she'd share or something, and then there are other ones where it's like, well, never mind. You know, he wasn't like it was like wouldn't give her the time of day kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Yeah,
I'll
go
be
ahead.
right back.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start the video back. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Of the process, but like, I don't know where they're at.
Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help you. Okay. You're lying to him. You're lied to everyone you talk to. And they all bought it.
And they all bought it.
Alright, then. Help us find your babies.
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find them everywhere.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we have texts. And we know that there's an Alexa in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that those are trained to record distress.
Okay.
You know that we know the content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Shanann's text messages. Okay?
I didn't know you were, Nikki was until right now, so.
Okay. Tell us about that night again, and please tell the truth this time.
I told you the truth. I promise I told you the truth. Like, I woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, me and Shanann talked about the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, all right, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
I didn't say it.
You denied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she brought up like, you know, like, well, is there a $68 charge on the end of the other guy?
Okay.
Was there 2 of you?
And that was with 2 of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. So it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say,
I
this is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
We were already trying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
I just told her like, this separation has to go. I want separation.
Okay. Was it her idea to sell the house or yours?
She initiated the realtor the week before in an email.
Why?
Because we were talking about the marital issues. She's like, well, you can't afford to live on our own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own, and I can't afford to live on my own. So she's like, we need to contact Ann.
Okay. See. And who'd you contact?
Well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact? Okay.
She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. You already knew that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said she was about 80-20. Well, when we did the pros and cons of it, like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it, and she was about, you know, she was 70-30 against it at that point. Like she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us? Okay. How is it possible that a woman and 2 kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
Yeah.
Honestly,
How is that?
I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
So tell me what
Vanish.
happened then. I believe you that you did nothing on your hands.
Isn't that what Chris
happened?
Proudfoot said? Sebastian just vanished, just up and
Yeah.
vanished, poof.
Yeah.
Nothing there. That's what I'm saying. If you listen, they all say the same stuff.
Yeah. I don't get that. What is it about that just vanished?
They just vanished.
Nobody
Because
just
they want you to
vanished.
think they just evaporated. Like, don't look any further. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just evaporated into thin air.
And he said it was his idea. So if you're having an affair with someone,
Mhm.
and I know it was longer than the little 6 weeks
Oh,
he
yeah.
said. I mean,
Well,
it's
6 months.
yeah, or a year even.
Hmm. Yeah, probably a year.
Yeah. Why would you want to have a child if you're messing around with somebody else and
Keep
you're
the story going to keep her quiet, to make
Yeah.
her think that everything's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I know about this stuff. To keep her quiet, make her think that everything's okay, and so he just can keep doing what he's doing. Keep her at home, busy with the kids, so she doesn't
Yeah.
ask questions.
Yeah.
That's what that's for.
And all you're doing is just adding more stress, more problems, more aggravation. I mean, you're just adding to the problem. You're not nowhere near fixing a problem. You're
Right.
compounding it, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah, that was like that little speech that he gave about on the computer. Remember, it was a class that he did where he was talking about relationships and having another baby and how it makes you closer. And everybody's like, "What is he talking about?" Did you see that? It was his YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I mean.
he's
It's
talking
like,
about marriage counts or relationships and stuff.
it's like it's like he's 2 different people.
Hmm. And he believes in both. Bye, guys.
Right.
One second, I'm gonna tell the kids goodbye, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
No. You're good. You're good. We work around life around here. We have to. Unjustified channel. Thank you, Eve. Yes, this is Miss Unjustified, Miss Kim. I love Miss Kim. So if you're not subscribed, which probably everybody is, but thinking everything was good with them, and that's so cruel because, eventually that's not going to work. Eventually that's not going to work. Eventually the gig is going to be up, right? So, I mean, I don't get how I guess that's the person inside, the narcissist that don't think ahead. They just think in the moment, like, let me just make sure everything's going how I want it to right now, and I'll worry about that bridge when I get to it, right? Crazy.
When I left, I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container, my book bag, my water jug, my lunchbox.
Okay. But then what happened?
I drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
I don't know, sir. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, then the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Okay.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her or the kids.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
And I think that's maybe what happened.
I did not cause an accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
Was it a misunderstanding?
there's no misunderstanding. Like, we had a talk. There was a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair. I
Okay.
didn't. That was the misunderstanding. Like,
Miscommunication,
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Good.
but
Okay, so y'all, it's not a misunderstanding, it's a miscommunication. Get it right.
I probably should have told her right then, honestly. I mean, everything was out on the table anyways.
Right.
I should have told her right then. But I didn't, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was your plan? What were you gonna do? I mean, how was the separation gonna work?
Like, once we got separated, and I get my own place, and then I mean, 50-50 split with the kids, that's what I was hoping.
Mm-hmm. What about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if, if anything develops, like, at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about just having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear
Right?
in the 2 days that you've been here.
Right.
Not one. And help me understand that. Because I don't get it. These are your baby girls. And you have not shed one tear
Mhm.
over them not being around. Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds and I start to go panic. Panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do anything just because I haven't shed a tear. You get
Yeah, no, that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my
Well,
kids. I
tell
love
me,
my wife.
explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her.
Don't look at it that I don't love myself. Really?
Yeah.
But you don't cry that your 2 little baby girls.
I'm hoping they're still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Jimmy, you
alive.
don't have them right now. You're
I
not
know.
reading stories to them at night.
I know.
You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine.
Go in hard, girl. Go.
You're not waking up with them in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I know this. Like
So that should cause you pain.
it does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Like, don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear shouldn't make you feel like I haven't, that the love isn't there for
You
them.
fell in love with someone else.
It's weird.
Right. Now see, this is the first time she's rattled him
Yeah.
because she's like,
Direct and raised your voice.
yeah, she's going in hard now, like I would, like like I'm saying, look, come on, fool, we know. So now she's being a little more aggressive, I guess, if you want to call it that, because he's not coming clean with what he has done. So,
Yeah. Do you know if this wasn't the first interview they did, was it? That's recorded?
I think it was the first
the first?
interview.
Okay. I was curious.
I have to look back and see, but I'm pretty sure when I looked it up, I could have missed it.
It might be. I just couldn't remember because there was so much stuff going on around this. I mean, there was so much footage, and then I don't even know how long this interview is. It's pretty long, is it not? This particular one.
It's like this video is like 2 hours and something, but I don't know if it's all this interview or some mixed in here.
Okay, because I remember there was one interview one time when it first came. I could have swore it was like hours and hours, like at least like 5 to 10. It might have just been stretched out though, of people pausing it and stopping and stuff. But I just remember it being really long.
Yeah,
So
and
I didn't know if it was all the same one or separate ones.
I think this is a collective of them.
Okay.
I have to look back at my thing and see, but I think this is a collective of a couple of interrogations
Oh, okay.
that they went through with him. I'm pretty sure I will look and see that what a dummy he is. I know. But this is the first time she's gotten any kind of, if you want to call it emotion out of him, but I think it's aggravation, to be honest.
Yeah.
But here we go.
It doesn't make sense.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, like, there's nothing, just because
Because people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to...
This is his first confession.
Okay.
be
First
honest.
confession.
Yep.
Of
We
many.
can keep talking to you
Yeah.
once we find these girls, okay? So once we find these girls and your wife, right? No matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you. You can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never comfortable with you, Graham, or with you, Tam. I wasn't comfortable yet, but now that everything's known, now that the girls are found and Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you. Okay?
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm serious.
I have no clue.
Because you would have known. 'cause
Wonder
they
what
didn't
makes
leave
them
the
want
house.
to go that route, though, right?
Huh?
I still kind of wonder what makes them say that so insistently, though, as that route. Like, did Shanann do something to them? Like,
Yeah, because if they're all three missing, why would you go that route?
right? Why would you go that route? What makes you
Mhm.
want to say that? Because again, we watch lots of interrogations and different things, and not to say like one route isn't picked sometimes. I'm not saying it is, but it's almost like how they keep like harping on, did she do it? You know,
Yeah.
people can get pushed. People can get pushed. Did she do it? So
Yeah.
it does make you wonder what else that they uncovered, if it was just supposed to be the controlling aspect. I wonder what the parents' texts were like between him and his parents, if there were any texts that they recovered.
And the thing is, what did people tell you?
Yeah.
Because you know they've interviewed people.
Well, like the Lindstroms again or whatever, though. Look what I said that they had said right out the gate. They thought that she had kind of snapped and done it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I wonder what else.
Yeah, somebody put the idea in their head, I think.
Yeah. And I don't think it was just the one interview of the,
No.
of the, you know, the Lindstrom saying that or something like that.
Yeah,
So again,
no.
it is interesting that they keep going towards that route so much.
Right.
Like
And
it is
and
a
I'm
good
not
route.
I'm not accusing anybody of
No,
anything.
I'm not either.
You know,
I'm not either
but
at all.
it's just funny how they went this route.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the victim that you're
Yeah.
looking for. Why would you go that route?
Yeah,
Only
it's victim blaming right out the gate almost.
Yeah, because if just say that he caught Shanann doing something, and then he hurt Shanann, why would he hurt the girls?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? If Shanann is the one doing it, why would he hurt his girls after he hurt Shanann? That makes no sense. If you're protecting your girls, why are you going to hurt them?
Yeah.
So that's something put the idea in their head, unless they just think they have to go down every avenue.
Yeah, and I'm sure there is like some type of aspect to that. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how much of questioning was like this was done before, if at all recorded.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't know if this was the first time he actually sat down and really spoke to them or not. I don't know. I know he did some kind of phone things, but I don't know if those are all recorded either.
Yeah, I don't either. And you know they have his phone, so, and they probably know about the secret app.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Victim blaming works. You know, like
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. That actually still works on some of these situations.
Yeah. And that's why I said when we start covering, you know, Shanann's videos and stuff, I'm definitely not victim blaming, but you have to look at both sides. You
Yeah,
have
because if it's there, it's there. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, because there's even one of his friends too that said that, you know, a lot of, like, I think it was one of his close childhood friends that said that his mother would say stuff to him about Shanann, but he said he never really had a bad experience with her other than what people said.
right.
You know what I mean? So not everybody said that, but I mean, again, you do have to, I mean, what's it to hurt to look through this? I don't know. I don't see what it hurts to look through
Yeah.
this information and
And
just see
Mom-
why it happened the way it happened. Why
Right.
did it go down the way it went down? Why did we get information the way we got it?
Right. Yeah.
You know, because again, there is some reason for that. There is some reason for things being redacted and hidden. That's not, you know, there in them coming to this like agreement of letting him take this, like, what was it, 4 life sentences or whatever. Well, I actually think it was 5, wasn't it? Wasn't it 5 life sentences? Because I remember
Yeah,
people
and
hearing it and being like, well, what's the 5th? And nobody
Yeah.
really explained that either, because I mean, who's the 5th person? Unless I'm wrong about that, but
yeah, no, it was like 5, and I still don't understand what the 5th one is either.
yeah, and again, never heard them talk about and come out and do press conferences for some of the things that they've come out and do for. So yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just curious why those
Yeah.
things happen, and it makes you wonder some of the things they're saying in here.
Yeah. Megan, look who's in here.
Oh, hi, Scout. How are you? It has been a long time. I was just thinking about you the other day when you and I came on a while ago. I don't know if you remember, Tammy. We were talking about Sebastian and stuff, and Scout had
Yep.
popped in then too.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Hi, Scout. Good to see you.
I know we always see Scout with the blast from the past, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I didn't have a channel then, so I kind of want to go over it now and give my opinion on it.
Yeah.
So we're
It's
just
an interesting case. It's very interesting, you know. I mean, because everybody, there's both sides to everything in the sense of like what really happened in reality. Again, no one's victim blaming. We just want to know.
And you know, the weird thing is this case was the shortest case and it has the most information.
That's because we don't really know what happened. And you know that we don't really know what happened. Again, and why was certain information sold to us the way it was sold to us? Like, what is there that they don't want you looking at? Again, when they're saying, don't look at this because we told you not to, then I kind of want to look at it. I'm sorry. Why are we talking about like who's the father? Why are we talking about alcohol levels in a why are we talking about this stuff? Kind of, even if just say it was being talked about in the media, they don't usually address it.
Right.
You know, it's never usually addressed. So why was it addressed?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. I'd be like, well, who cares? Let them talk. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? It's not important. It's not relevant into the sense that it didn't really play a part. And here's the information, but there's stuff redacted. There's 2 people who are more than likely very much had a hand in on it, physically, literally everything.
Yeah.
Planning, logistics, all of it. They both worked together at this place too, where the bodies were distributed. So I don't know. You can't to say don't look because it makes us uncomfortable. Well, then maybe you shouldn't look if it makes you uncomfortable.
Right. There's something you don't want us to see.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff that like autopsies, parts of the autopsy we can't see and we won't know. So
why?
Yeah. Why? Because you don't want us to know the truth because there's something you don't want us to know.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
And that's where I go back to just some of the other stuff, you know, that we were talking about. And I know this is a little bit off, but when you talk about like the rituals and numbers and how things were used and things like that, some of that is relevant when you start to look into the behaviors of Nicole Kessinger and the stuff that they did, how Watts is talking about some of these behaviors. I don't know. I mean,
well, he talks about how she did the dark side of stuff. He talked about it.
When we talk about the demons being in the room with them, and I know you're getting this stuff, but with everything coming out, let's be realistic. If there's a good, if there's, you know, people want to believe like there's no evil, but that's unrealistic, right? If there's good, there's evil. If there's dark, there's light.
Right.
So why can't people talk about what it is in that sense? So I do think Nicole very much incorporated a lot of that into that, and that will mind wash somebody, you know, and like you said, he was drinking stuff every night that he didn't know what it was. She was making him tea every night.
That. Yeah.
He didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
But he would completely knock out and stuff that.
It was going in his Thrive too. So there's the other thing. You're mixing it with something that you probably shouldn't
know what
have
either
been
one of them are.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are really approved.
No.
You know what I mean? And then if he was drinking alcohol, just say on top of it, he wasn't sleeping. You know, if he wasn't eating certain things either, you don't eat carbs, you're kind of starving your brain of certain supply too, you know what I mean? And he wasn't eating a lot of that stuff. So I'm just saying there's a lot of factors you go into it. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. And I do wonder why is so much redacted? Why is so much being hidden?
Right.
And that's why so many people get sucked back to it.
Yeah.
Because people just want to know the truth. When you feel like you're being lied to, you can't help but gravitate back to what is the truth. The same thing with Summer Wells. The same thing with Sebastian Rogers, the same thing with Madeleine McCann. the same thing with
With the
Casey
Guthrie
Anthony.
case.
That's what I'm saying, like Casey Anthony,
Yeah.
Nancy Gunther, Casey Anthony and the Proudfoots and like the Summer Wells parents, like they're all in the same family to me now. You don't even need
Yeah.
to be convicted. You all look the same to me. If I see you out in
Right.
public, I'm gonna go. That's it. And again, I'm sorry, maybe that's not my naiveness, but I'm sorry. You look at certain things. That's how I feel. That's my opinion, and I'm
Yeah.
entitled to it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think you look at these certain things, they give you gut feelings, and to ignore your gut feelings to me is naive.
Yeah. There's a reason why so much is kept from us.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. All is good. How are you lovely ladies all doing? I'm good, Scout. I'm good.
We are. Thank you. How are you
Got a little-
doing?
Got a little cold, but there's that.
Yes. How's it in New York? It's probably is it cold out there right now? I'd imagine. It's usually
Yeah.
cold around February.
Maybe snow.
We
Probably.
had a snowstorm when I was out there in February. I just missed it by like 2 days, a blizzard, like a snowstorm. So
Oh
we
my God.
almost got snowed in.
Waltz Island still has so many unanswered questions, and we do have a broken judiciary. You're right. Amen.
Everything's
Amen.
being hidden, in these systems when you look at it now, and you see all the ties, and it's kind of like, and you always do kind of look at stuff and you're like, oh, how unfair that seemed. And you kind of just like, oh, I guess that's life. And you look at it. No, it actually was unfair. It was rigged.
It's too many people connected to too many things, and they don't want those things coming out, so they hide it.
Yeah. And
It's
they're all hiding
connected.
it because they're hiding each other's secrets too.
That's
So
what
the
I'm
further
saying.
Up you
Yeah.
go, and the further up you go, the worse it gets. And the
Yep.
well, not even. I mean, it's all bad.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like it's getting worse and worse and worse the further up it gets. So
Yeah, like
that's how I feel
Hollyweird and
about-
all them up there.
Yeah, but I mean that's how I feel even about like Sebastian's case. That's how it starts. That's where it trickles from the top down to people like that.
Yep.
In the judicial system,
Yeah, because when they
cases like
start
that.
getting away with stuff, they just keep getting away with it.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then they,
why
and they
not?
elevate from those positions, the
Yep.
top ones where they are now.
Actually,
had to start
45
somewhere.
degrees today. Yeah, you're right. There got to be a little person at some point, right?
Yeah, they got to weasel their way up from somewhere.
Yep, from the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
45 degrees today, and you're getting snow tomorrow. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier, Scout. It was like 70 degrees the last 2 days, and guess what? Tonight's going to be 30.
Is
How
it
about
supposed to be cold tonight?
How about that?
What is it?
Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Eve. And it's streaming on Megan's channel too, so that way she gets views also.
Yes.
So go over there to her channel and hit the like for her too.
Yes, we've doubled stream. So if you're
Yeah.
in chat and you can't, and like someone's not seeing your comments, just try to hop over to the other chat and join and chat from there because we haven't. I haven't completely figured out.
I ain't either. Yeah.
Because when Lee comes in under Tom, like Tom Lee, that's like he's under the same account, Tom and Lee.
Yeah.
But when he comes in, like under my chat, like I see it over here in my room. But when
Okay.
Chris was in my chat, I didn't see it, or Tara. They had to come into yours.
Okay.
So that's weird. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah. It's weird how that is. Yeah.
I haven't.
So
figured it
go
out
over
yet.
there to, just in case, go over to Megan's and give her a like so she gets likes too. But we both get a live stream. So
Yeah.
which I need to sit and try to figure out how that works. But yeah. So we're trying to do it so we both get, the views and stuff. And we're going to be going back and forth. We're going to go to Megan's channel too, and we're going to do some stuff over there.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to
sure-
do it for my like main channel today, but I don't think it really. I guess it's coming up the same. It seems so.
okay.
It seems like.
Yep.
It seems like everything goes live at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
So make sure you're subscribed over there. So when Megan goes live, I'll be live and she'll be live, and we'll be able to stream it together.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who's liked both and hopped into both chats. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I meant to say that last time, like hop into both chats, but I think it was so new and we were just trying it out that we were like not really quite sure.
Yeah,
how-
we didn't know how it worked anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but we're going to keep doing it this way, and maybe we'll figure it out.
I agree with and I agree with Scott. It's heartbreaking about Summer and Sebastian and
It
so
is.
many of these other cases, and that's kind of where we talk about the Nancy Guthrie. Have they just stopped talking about Nancy Guthrie now?
Yeah.
Do we have the random male's DNA and they cleared the family and now we're just not talking about it no more because she's in
No.
Mexico? Is that what's happened
They never clear families.
that quickly? Right?
You don't ever they never actually clear anybody from a case. I think there's only been one case ever that the family has actually been cleared. They just take them out as people of interest,
Right.
but um to be cleared is a big word. So I don't know if
Kind of
they,
like when Chris Proudfoot said they were cleared. That's a big statement, is it
yeah,
not? Even Peter
yeah,
Hyatt, when he talked about Sebastian and Summer Wells, nobody's cleared when children are missing. And
right,
that's in Summer Wells' case and Sebastian Rogers' case is, and more a little bit, I think, with Sebastian Rogers because of the autism element. And I think Peter Hyatt worked directly with a lot of autism kids with autism. But
right,
those were two cases you could tell like really got under his skin. Like when he would talk about him, it's mainly a little bit more with Sebastian when he talked about Chris Proudfoot. Like you could tell he could not stand him, like in
and
the sense of like who he was, how he
yeah,
lied, and things like that.
and he knew the truth. That's probably why he
Yeah,
probably had it pretty much figured out. You
yeah,
know,
and you could
yeah,
tell that was a case that really bothered him, how much Chris Proudfoot would runs his mouth on lives and things like that, and he'd be like, oh yeah, he's a real big man, Mr. Chris, huh?
yeah.
Mr. Chris, real big man,
He's
and
got
stuff like that.
he's got little man syndrome because he's not very big.
No, well, that's his mama. That's his
Yeah.
mama always making sure that nobody offends him and nobody
Mhm.
hurts his feelings, and because the umbilical cord's still there, and it's just like it's a little bit weird that you want to like claim you're such like you're such a man, but yet your mama is protecting you from every single thing
Yeah,
that
and
comes your way. And what
they
does the
think
dad do?
they think his stepdad.
Is that his stepdad? I was wondering. He's all goofy looking all the times too. He just stands there looking like some little piece of furniture next to the mom, like a little dog.
That's
She
his
might as well,
step.
might
That's,
as well put him in a little purse and put him on her shoulder the way he looks.
that's his stepdad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is a
Um,
strange mess. And you notice he hasn't talked. They haven't been on podcasts or YouTube channels and talked in a while.
I think it's because he gets drunk or something. Something's wrong with him that he randomly, or maybe it's just the arrogance. Maybe it's just the ego. I feel like
Mhm.
it's a little bit of that, but I think it's alcohol too with them both.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he gets on there and he gets a little bit of like, alcohol in him, a whiskey or
Mhm.
something, and he just starts shooting his mouth off. And that just shows you again, what was Sebastian dealing with at home? If he can do all this and talk about Sebastian the way he talks about him, what was he doing to him at home?
right.
And
Look
this poor
how
kid, all this, like Sebastian's missing because he told the truth. That's the
he
most
gets angry
infuriating
quick.
thing.
Alcohol makes some people angry.
Yeah.
So if you're already an angry person
Mhm.
and then you're drinking alcohol and it makes you angry too, you know what I mean?
It's going to be like magnified, for the most part. There's going to be those very, like, there was somebody I knew that they would talk about their family member like that when they first started being able to tell they had like alcohol problems or something. They would say like, when this person started drinking, it was like, oh, well, such and such is drinking, like, yay, like it was a fun thing.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, like such and such is drinking, like, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel like it is with like Chris Proudfoot. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, oh, Chris is drinking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's on
Yeah.
the second day of whiskey now. I kind of watch out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I think his mom is the same way. I think she's not. I mean, this is all in my opinion.
Right. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, yeah. This
Yeah.
is just my opinion, and
Yeah.
just because I listen to the way that he talks and goes on these lives and stuff, and he gets going, and like all the people that are hosting the lives, like they're just getting off on it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're probably all drinking before the show
Enjoying it.
starts. Yeah, and so and because they know once it all goes down again, they're going to be the ones to go, well, I didn't know. I just didn't want to accuse an innocent person. Get out of here. You know exactly what you were doing.
And it's drama. And
It's
so
drama,
people are going to be there for it. So,
yeah, and it's a way to go, well, I didn't know. Like don't take it out on me. Like I was just here trying to give
I was
him a
just-
platform.
I was just supporting a parent of a missing child.
Mm-hmm. One who talks like them, like they're like I don't even want to say how I feel like he talks about him because I feel like it's disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. Like the stuff he says, I don't even want to repeat. And it's just like I just can't understand how people can give that person a platform. I don't get how she can sit there and let her husband go up there and say the stuff that he says about Sebastian.
Right.
Like Sebastian's just one case that I think again, like I'll just never forget it. It's just it's completely changed the way I looked at stuff, how things are handled, how CPS handled, how someone can be so blatantly disgusting of a person to a child and it just gets ignored, and people turn their blind eye to it.
And the
especially
problem is,
YouTube. Why are
seems-
they even acknowledging this?
yeah, why are they letting them do it?
Mm-hmm.
And CPS, I'm hearing more horror stories than I'm hearing good stories.
Well, now you're starting to hear they're taking away the kids to give them away on purpose, because you hear stuff where these kids have been taken away, and it's like, and you look at stuff and you're like, wow, that was kind of harsh for what was supposed to be done, or something. And then again, this is all stuff that's coming out now, so we'll see as it comes out more and more.
Yeah.
But they're saying the CPS thing is very much a part. Some of these are very much a part of change. They're just taking the children and giving them away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I just think that if you want to try to keep them in the home, obviously, and make sure that the parents, whatever. But with this situation, he shouldn't have been left there with Chris Proudfoot.
I agree, and I don't think Chris Proudfoot was supposed to be there that day. I think it all stems from him not supposing to be there, and it went.
Yeah, and that's what makes it hard about CPS now. Because what do you do now that you have the accusations of what they possibly do, and now that something like Sebastian's case where he shouldn't have been there with him? What
how do you trust
now?
him?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who do you trust?
Yeah, because in Summer's case, they had already been out there several times.
Mm-hmm.
Summer should not have even been there.
And
she should have already been
that. How do these kids get taken and given away when they shouldn't, and the ones who should have been taken away just get left? I don't understand how the decision gets made.
They're backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you lose faith in the system.
Yeah, you do lose faith in the system. Yep. Very much.
I kind of want to see some changes coming out of it, hopefully, sometime soon.
Yeah.
So
let's go. We're going to listen let's listen a little longer, because I don't think we've even gotten 30 minutes into the video. So let's listen. But I like it like this because we're chatting and talking, and I that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and it brings just up other stuff you think about,
Right, exactly.
Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do
Man,
something?
it got loud all of a sudden.
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
They were
The
there.
only way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because I didn't just throw them in my truck.
Yeah, you did.
You know your truck has GPS,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you told your boss,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to somebody's.
I'm gonna go let the dog
out.
Friend's house, whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know that thing pings every 10 seconds?
Yep.
So we will know exactly
I know.
where you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
You're asking all the questions.
You're
What are we
asking
not
all the
asking
questions.
Right. What are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Did Shanann do something?
I don't think she did anything to these kids. We both love them with all our hearts. There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, right? This is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay?
Okay.
We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before you came in, I was watching videos.
Uh-huh.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. And no doubt. But we make mistakes.
That's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
She could have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are. Which one of these has the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but she has the EOE. And she's like, what is up, guys?
Does she have problems breathing?
Only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next, but she's one with the endoscopies and everything and the surgeries I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
So,
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora, where the guy beat that family to death with a ball-peen hammer?
What?
The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess.
Yes,
No family, no mom and dad, no brother, sister, just her by herself.
Why are they bringing this up?
She says, I wish I would have died.
Huh?
Why did they bring this up? Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's.
that.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what's this got to do with it? Where are you going with this? Because none of them are alive.
Yeah.
With them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends.
I don't think when the parent does it, they freak out.
You know, they wake each other up in the morning.
You're talking about people who are innocent there, Chick.
She's trying to say that something happened to Cece, and Shanann couldn't live with the fact that something happened to Cece.
Okay, got you. Now I'm following.
She killed herself and her other daughter.
Okay.
That's what she's trying to say, because the other little girl said she wished that she had died with her family because she lives by herself. She can't.
Gotcha.
She had to live without them.
Okay.
That's where she's going with it.
Understand that. We had a mom in Castle Rock that suffocated both her baby girls. She's like, my husband was gonna take them, and she's like, I just couldn't handle. I thought I was doing right by them. I thought I was saving them pain. And I get it.
why? Why is she saving the pain?
She didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
So he didn't do that because he's like, why?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's not an avenue. Like, she just looked at him like, well, we can go down a different avenue because he just said why. So
Yeah, he's
kind of like what Scout's saying. To see if maybe it tugs on something, to see if a response. Because like you were saying, how like we feel like when he says the stuff about Bella or something, like you can kind of feel there's something there.
Yeah.
With that, you can very much. He's like, well, why? Why would well, you wouldn't need to ask that if you probably knew why.
But what they're not realizing, they're talking to somebody that has no. If they haven't cried or showed you anything so far, what makes you think this is going to work?
That's the thing. It sounds like he almost tries to hold back a giggle every now and then, which is even a little bit weirder, because then you think about like how he talks about the Bella thing, and then you find out that he kind of threw up and had the other stuff happen when some of the stuff was happening. So and again, it could just be like a nervous laugh. He could have a nervous laugh. I know people who do that too. So I say that, but he could just have a nervous laugh, and that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to say that something happened to Cece, and Shanann couldn't live without Cece and didn't want Bella to live without her.
Or like even like it's better off taking them both and leaving them with somebody who's going to mistreat them. Kind of like a mercy killing. Again, which I kind of feel like that's what Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot convinced themselves they were kind of doing with Sebastian. I felt like they used his autism as the mercy part of it, and the other part of it as like, well, he's already autistic, and then like, what are we going to do once we're caught? So we're fucked too. So let's just, mercy for everybody kind of thing. Like, that's how I feel like happened in Sebastian, and kind of like Summer's a bit in a way too. If you're looking at the CPS aspect of it with Summer, that they like, because you said like if something was different about a CPS report, right? Or Summer was getting old enough to have a CPS, something was changing, right? Summer's.
Well, she was fixing to go to school.
Yeah, so she could have said something and people would have started knowing. So
And
they could have
Summer
had another
talk.
charge.
Summer likes to talk.
And wasn't something a felony though? It was different too. Like it was a felony instead of just a regular with the other two.
Yeah, because of her age.
Her age, yeah. So it would have been a felony with Summer.
Yeah.
And then Sebastian would have been a felony too because he's a vulnerable individual. So that would have been a felony.
And you look at it as, you know, CPS has reports. Well, if the victim of the report is no longer here,
They can't do it. Yeah.
they can't get you for the reports that are there.
Right. And
And
that's
that-
why Chris Profit brags on the fact that he can get his daughter because those were just reports that were dismissed or not there no more. They're not existent.
Relevant. Yeah.
Right. They're not relevant no more because he's not here. He's a ninja. He disappeared.
He's not
Living.
here and he can't talk for himself no
Right.
longer.
And he'll tell
Because-
you that in the interview in a
Yeah.
roundabout way.
Yeah.
That's what he's telling you.
And I believe Sebastian was doing that. I believe, in my opinion, I believe he had been talking to the teachers.
Yeah.
I believe he was speaking out for himself.
I think that's why he even used to like to ask when you told me, and I thought it was cute when you said he used to ask the security guard or the little officer every morning, like, "Oh, how many tickets are you going to give out today?" Because I think
Yeah.
that poor little thing, he just daydreamed about his ass being like Chris and
Yeah.
you know being arrested for his behavior or whatever
Mhm.
he did. So it was like living vicariously through all these tickets. Or I don't know. That's just my idea. He's probably
Right,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
I'd love for him to actually get a ticket for
Yeah.
being mean to me." You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So I think that's why he
Yeah.
asked. Sometimes.
Yeah. that was cute to know that he did that. I mean,
Everything.
he showed you he had a little cute personality,
Mhm.
and he liked to joke around, and it showed that he did like people.
And he understood wrong from right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in my opinion, he was a very smart child.
Yeah.
I think they just basically played him down to make it look better for him just walking off. But I think everybody is at the point now that they know he just didn't walk off. They just don't know what happened.
Well, and I think they hope too. Most people are going to think, well, he's autistic, so there wasn't much. Again, because my son being autistic and the same age and all that stuff, like I just feel like that's my gut feeling of what they're trying to do with that too. And I don't think it just has to have an autistic child to think that. I think anybody can realize that at first they try to make it seem like he wasn't that intelligent because they don't
Right.
want you to make it seem like you're missing anything that much. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
And I think
it's not a
fucking
big loss.
disgusting. Yeah, and I think it's disgusting. And
It
they're
is
disgusting.
disgusting.
And if anything,
Yeah.
they should be the ones lost right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I totally agree.
they are lost.
Chris, this is a way
Yeah,
to be
you're right.
for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, it's gonna follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
Please don't like involve her in the news or anything like that.
Please don't involve her.
Yeah,
Like,
that's,
help me.
that's
Uh-huh.
just irritating.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now.
Who cares
You need
about
to
her?
take it. You need to reach out and take it.
sickening.
Did they look like this for night, the last night you were with them?
She had that dress on, like, on the 8th or 9th. It wasn't this, but she had that dress on. I remember I had 2 buttons on the back. I take them off so I get her done on that night.
Did you guys make sure they were warm when you left the house?
Make sure they're warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in the beds, they're always warm.
Were you guys taking care of them at the very end?
They're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
They're trying to trip him up.
Did you guys? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying just me though.
Out of the house with
No.
blankets and
He's not
all.
correcting it.
Nope.
And that's because he's cared. That's what a caring dad does.
I mean, I'm always caring for these kids. There's nothing in this
These kids.
for my life.
Yeah, detaching from them,
Mm-hmm.
dehumanizing them, like
believe
Ray
that.
was kind of saying, like
I believe that. And I believe
dissociation.
someone made
Mhm.
a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake and I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and
Really?
you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe,
Really?
but I don't know. You're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you
I did
do
not
that
do
to all
anything.
three of them?
I did not
Like,
do
Wouldn't that
anything.
all be the worst? Like, you know, makes me think the worst. She's like, well, you know, you're not telling me that it was her that killed him. So, like, it makes me think the worst, like it was you. Like, wouldn't it all be the worst?
Yeah, why one?
I
Why
think a
one?
mother killing her children is the worst. A pregnant mother,
Yeah.
and like often, or you know, you have an.
Yeah.
I just think that, again, just watching it back, it's funny to hear her say. I mean, and we know what they're doing. It's just funny to hear her say it that way.
Yeah, and it's very we know what they're doing. It's still aggravating for them to blame the victim, for
Yeah.
in my opinion, and a mom. But I get why they're doing it, but it's still
I don't know. I'd probably just been like, I just think your girlfriend and you did it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's-
I know you're.
that
I
would
know
be-
you're saying that like
Yeah.
you didn't do anything, but I really just think you and your girlfriend did it.
that
like,
that's what.
You
Yeah,
had 4 chicken breasts on the grill like the night it happened, like
Yeah.
you know, and I
Yeah.
don't think you ate 4 chicken breasts, and they're not there now. So
right. I mean,
you
why?
feed Jim too because he was gonna be extra needing like the protein or like
Right. What you need extra protein for, Chris? I
Yeah.
mean,
he's gonna be
why?
extra burning stuff that night.
Why would she go straight after the mom, who's missing?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go after the girlfriend? Well, I think maybe it's more your
Especially
girlfriend.
because they know he was cheating at this point. So that's
Right.
usually how you see it go. It's like, oh, I pretty
Yeah.
much feel like you and your girlfriend probably did it. And
Yeah,
who's
that's-
Jim, by the way? Why does
Yeah.
she keep saying, well, don't talk about Jim? Like, you
Right,
know,
right.
Why you
right.
keep saying that, girl?
Yeah. So that would have been the angle I would have went at is, well, I think your girlfriend had something to do with it because you kept saying, don't talk about her, don't bring her into this. So I'm going to go that route instead. I think they would have got more out of him going that way
I do too.
than going after Shanann, who's the victim.
Yeah, I think you would have got more of like the truth, like the slips of like what actually happened, and like
Right.
kind of like, and like Scout's kind of saying too, like now, like kind of what we were saying before, like with the tone of his voice, you can hear it shift, which you can hear in most interrogations. But yeah, we were saying earlier, Scout, that we kind of felt too like he didn't really hurt the kids, or the
Yeah.
you know, because you can hear it in the tone of the voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they went the wrong.
And there's a brief second when he says, "I didn't hurt the kids or her." That I do believe.
Right.
He says her, and I believe him too. There, I don't feel like he did it to her either.
Yeah.
Like he could barely yell at her. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and if he
Well-
did it with her, then maybe he participated like in holding down kind of
Well,
thing.
there's
But I don't think it was all like him choking her on top of her.
No, because there was a time, in this interview, I don't know if it's this interview, but in one of them, he says, it was like somebody had their hands over mine and they put
Right.
my hands on her throat.
Right.
So to me, that's saying somebody did it for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like someone was like, man up and do it kind of thing.
Well,
Like,
he
you know what I
couldn't,
mean? Like
so
I'm
they
saying,
helped
that
him.
seems like something like another man would say, or like a really controlling woman, like kind of like a mistress who's already
Yeah.
telling you to abandon your whole family
Yep.
and your pregnant wife for them.
Yeah.
Could've been
And
one
then
of those
help.
two.
Yeah. And then, so probably another man would probably have helped him out. You know,
Yeah.
leaving him alone might have been there.
And when they said the amount of chicken breast, I don't know why that sounds like such a stupid detail, but they asked him about that picture with the chicken breast on
Yeah.
the grill the night before. And why do they ask him about that? And I think it's because them two were at the house and he made dinner for them all.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
They know 4 people was there probably.
Was the kids even alive then yet still? Or you think they were probably already whatever? Because the sun was, it was 6 o'clock, I think, in that picture almost. So
Yeah.
they probably already got their medicine or whatever.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
did then
for
that
sure.
night. But I
Yeah.
think that the kids were kind of already gone by that time too, almost, if they weren't close to it. You know what I
And
mean?
he could have said it was for me, Nikki, Bella, and Cece. That's why there was 4 there.
Yeah. I don't know. I always just feel like it was for Jim though.
But we don't know because we don't know what was in the
Cece
contents of the
Cece and
stomach.
Bella could have split one in reality,
Yeah.
a kid, because they said at the beginning. But again, those chicken breasts always stood out to me. The fact that they asked about him and the fact that, like, I think there was 3 adults there.
Yeah, they want to know why there was the amount that they had.
It was a lot.
Listening to the tone and the pitch of Chris's voice, there was a small part of me that really thought he did not hurt his children or kill his children, and that it was somebody.
Right.
Yeah, me and Megan are in agreement that we don't think it was him.
Mm-mm. Definitely not for the girls. And with the Shanann, I don't feel like he did either. I feel like, again, just because of what you said about the hands being around his hands, and then I just don't think he had it in him to do it. I don't think he had it in him to look her in the face and choke her.
That's why I think that there was that long conversation. What was it, an hour and 11 minutes or something like that, because she was keeping him on the phone
Right.
to try to tell him.
And the same thing when I feel like with Chris Prophet, keeping Katie on point. Like, don't change your mind about giving your kid to me and my family tonight and handing them over because we got to do this. Like, we got to do this. Like, don't change your mind, Katie.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion.
Don't renege, Don't.
Yeah, like we can't change our mind. It's done.
Right. Yeah,
If we
too
go
late.
backwards, if we go backwards, we could even be in deeper shit.
Yeah, you can't back out now.
I mean, you've already tripped everybody's security systems, Katie. Yeah, you already did all that. You already did all that. You already done ransacked the whole security systems of everybody's neighborhood. So I mean, we can't really go back because then everybody's gonna wonder why their security systems ain't working.
Right. Because I had Vivint not too many years before they had Vivint. So when I had we had our house in North Carolina. That's who we had was Vivint.
Yeah.
I had a key the pad that you put in your house. I forget what they call them, but the control panel that they put in your house, and you have all your, you put in you lock yourself in and you do all the things. Well, mine had a camera on it. And because I used to look in and check on my dogs when I was at work. I would look in and check on the dog and see, because they had a dog door and I was checking on them going in and out and stuff. And you could, at any point in time, you can look in that house.
Yeah.
So I feel Shanann could do that too.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she changed the password right before she got home. She could kind of hear the doors and the different back and doors opening and closing. And there was another channel who had pointed that out. And I don't know if they ever released a video about it completely, but they had pointed out like when she was going in and out the garage. And I don't know if it was almost like there was a double door to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about that garage that they were pointing out. And I never was able to find, because it was a short. They uploaded a short of like, oh, here's the connection to a video I'm going to release soon about, something that people missed about the security. And so I've always looked for it. I've never found it. But I don't know if that there was a double entrance maybe to the garage or the base, something that doubled so that you could go in and out of the same area and you didn't realize it, kind of thing. Or
there was 2 doors, but then there was a little door beside the 2 garage doors.
It was something with the doors, I think. And it would be interesting to know what those all went to. Did one go downstairs or did one go straight outside? Like, I'm just curious, where did all them doors go? And I think
there was one right next to both of the garage doors that lifted for the vehicles, but they only put Shanann's in there.
Right.
And then there was a door, of course, that came from the house down that went down into the basement. But in the back, down in the basement, there weren't any doors. They were windows.
So do you think they took her out the window?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
I need cameras
a
around
layout of this house. I've never seen a true layout of the house, like the basement, how it goes from the outside to. I've always seen like the back patio doors that she stands on to record, and then I've seen the staircase that goes down into the basement. But I've never seen how it really looks from the outside of the back of the house, and I've always been kind of curious.
Well, it's like
how it looks.
It's like big windows, but they have these gated things that are around them that protect the window, and you would have to crawl over the gated thing and go down in the basement and then go through the window that way. But there's no cameras over there because Chris said there wasn't. So I don't think it was the side that was next to Nosy Nate.
So, and then, but
it was the other side.
So in the video where they're talking about she's in the truck in the driveway, then you don't think that that's what they were doing then, right?
She could have already been in there. They could have loaded her already and drove around.
Oh, okay.
And she could have already been in the truck and then picked the kids. Because at that point, they're picking the kids up and putting them in the truck. You can see it from the camera.
You can see the kid running out.
Yeah.
To the,
So at my point, Yeah, she was already in there at my point, I
At
believe.
that point. Okay.
Because I think they took her out the side, and I don't think it was Nosy Nate's side because his camera kind of recorded quite a bit. But I don't think the lady on the other side, she had anything on that side. That's why that when you walk on the porch and the door's right there, then to the right you have like that whole space where the chairs and stuff was.
Hmm.
There was something going on over there on the other side of that little porch area, the side that was facing the lady, not Nate, but the side that was facing the
Who
lady.
does the interview on? It's behind him.
Yes, in my
They say the
opinion.
cushions are moved or different angles, and
Yes.
I think both of our earth signs know that we would align it perfectly. So yes, I do have to agree. If I were to walk up to my porch and see it out of line like that, which she did that night, I would have fixed it. So I don't know what that was about, but and that's not a huge point, but I'm just saying I would imagine you're probably the same way, right?
Yep,
Like if you see
yep.
something out of line, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, yeah, bad. I mean, a picture.
It'll
crooked up,
annoy me. Yeah, like yeah.
even in somebody else's house if they're not looking and I see something.
I know. I
I'm
used to
like,
go to my friend's house and I'd start
Yeah.
like sweeping and shit. And she'd be like, "Megan, stop!" I'm like,
I'm
"I'm
like,
sorry."
fix
Like
it.
it really has nothing to do with like
Yeah.
I just have to. Like
Yeah,
I just
I
have
can't. I
to.
can't. Sorry,
Like,
I'm
I'd even
fixing your
clean out
picture.
their hairbrushes and
Yeah.
all kinds of
Yeah.
like
Don't
weird
ask
stuff.
questions. Don't ask questions. Just let me do what I'm doing.
Eyesore.
Yeah.
Just let
Yeah.
me do it.
Yeah. Just forgive me, but I'm gonna
Let
do
me
it.
clean your house.
Remember NK telling Chris he wanted to give him first son? Yep. And when she heard Shanann was pregnant with a boy, that really got
Yeah,
her. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. As a mom of 3 dogs, CW pissed me off on Dieter. Amen. Yes. And was taken care of when he was staying and playing with his cupcake.
Yeah.
He did neglect Dieter.
Yeah, he did.
And the things that Dieter's seen.
Yeah. Poor Dieter.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got shipped off to like whose house? Like where is he even?
He is
now?
with Shanann's brother.
I thought he was like with some friends, like some random
Hmm.
friends that they barely knew at first.
He was with the what's their name? The ones you were talking about earlier, the Lindstroms.
Oh, that's who they were with?
He went with them at first, but now he is with Shanann's brother because he showed different videos.
I thought he went with so the person that it's Jennifer Lindstrom though, right? Because I thought he was
Yeah.
with somebody named Amanda for a while.
He may have in between
Yeah.
all of that, but the Lindstroms picked him up that night
Okay.
or the next night. One night they picked him up, and then he ended up he's with Shanann's brother.
Right.
They have big giant windows that are in the basement, an egress. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like better. I probably could just go online maybe and find a whole video. I would think at this point you should be able
Yeah.
to find a video of all the house put together. But I've only seen like crime scene videos or something like that, and most of them don't show you.
Well, they don't show you the back because they're not going to show you where he
Yeah, I've
carried her
never
out
seen the
from.
back. Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
seen the back, and that's what.
Yeah.
And I've always thought about that. I've never seen the back. Why have I never? And I'm not nosy like
Yeah.
that. Like if I can't find something, I get frustrated,
Yeah.
and I won't look no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I give up.
When you go and you look at the side and you look at the back, I'll see if I can find if it's in any of these videos I have. But when you go and look, you'll say, now I know what Tammy's talking
it was
about.
in somebody's video and they had put it together, and I don't remember what channel it was, and it was like years
Yeah.
ago. And then
Yeah.
they had showed where it was like a picture of like I think where Shanann or somebody was like probably recording. I mean, there's tons of pictures and videos of like the backyard, and again, like I said earlier, the bench was like set up normally, or it was set to the side, but then you look at it and it's pushed over and collapsed.
Yeah.
And that's
And
when
there
I
was
really moved it.
There was a shovel over by the window just randomly there, and it's like, why would a shovel be just randomly standing up against the back of the house?
Yeah.
Because there ain't no trees back there newly
No.
planted.
There's really not anything. There's nothing.
No.
Yeah. It's
No.
like nothing but dirt almost.
Yeah, Ronnie, do y'all think the girlfriend could have unalived his wife and daughters? Very much.
Yeah.
Very much the daughters.
And somebody else said this too, and we kind of said this too, like, but I do want to say still, I don't know completely if he did it or not with Shanann. I think even if he did or not, like, I think he completely dissociated and just went with whatever he was being told. And whether he actually had someone physically helping him in some way, or he just did it because he was like, they were like, do it, do it, do it. Like, like we already,
Yeah.
like you have to do it. So I think you just blank out and like almost
Yeah.
just like, dissociate, leave your body kind
Yeah.
of thing. And you're kind of on autopilot.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened with Shanann, even if he did it.
Hmm.
Because it feels so detached and dispersonal. And again, with the girls, it just feels like it wasn't me at all.
Yeah, no, I never felt it was
No.
that he did that with the girls, but I always felt he had something to do with Shanann.
There's only, like I said, the one part where he says with Shanann, like, well, when he says, well, I didn't touch them or her. That's the only time he says it where I'm like, I kind of believe him there.
Oh.
Look, balloons.
Yeah, because you do certain things
What's the
And-
balloon?
in front of on StreamYard and it will,
Oh.
See, there you go. there's the hearts. You got to get it just right. And then I think there you go. Then you got to do
Oh.
thumbs up, I think does the thumbs up, but you got to do it just right.
Connor would love that.
There's balloons, there's thumbs up, there's hearts, and there's something else. I can't remember what the other thing is.
Yeah, that's
Smiley
cool.
face. There's a smiley face, but I can't remember how you.
Yeah, and I agree with Scout. After all these years, I don't think a big mass group of people still feel that they're being lied to for no reason or something's off for no reason. So
Yeah, there definitely could be. Besides Chris and NK, yes, there possibly. I've always felt there's a fourth person there for some reason. 4 keeps coming up. Maybe this person didn't do any of the unaliving, but maybe they were a lookout or a hauler or finisher or whatever.
where are we
But
talking about now? Outside of Jim and Nicole, or just outside of?
I feel like it's those 3 plus one more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I kind of remember hearing rumors one time about somebody else he worked with, and maybe it wasn't a complete rumor. Maybe I just kind of thought that because it was text messages, and then the person kind of changed their story later. It seemed like,
Mhm.
and I don't really, I can't tell you who it was. I'd have to go back. I mean, it was years like right when it would have happened.
Mhm.
But I feel like there was somebody maybe he worked with that they weren't too sure of at first,
Yeah.
like through email. And
Right.
that was the only person I remember them being a bit unsure about. But it was dropped as quickly as Jim and Nicole were dropped. Which
Right.
again, all
Right.
had to be Anadarko. And if you looked at the video I did, the part owner of Anadarko, also part owned FX, and also part owned is it Vivint, or how do you say that for
Vivint.
Vivint? Yeah. So the person owns half of Anadarko, or even part owner Anadarko owns part of the security system, part of FX, where this like whole oddly close scene comes out during the disappearance. Like, I don't know, just some of those things are weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things
How
are
they're
weird to
and how
me.
they're all connected.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos of the back of the house. Yeah, there are. It's easy for
I haven't
narcissists.
seen a lot of the back of the house.
There's more at the beginning, like at the beginning of the case with people
Yeah.
doing the back of the house and everything.
I've seen more
Um,
videos of Shanann's of the back of the house than I've seen of like police videos. So much.
You've
But
seen her standing on the deck, but you haven't.
or like
seen
showing
the-
the kids playing in the yard or something like that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
really haven't seen any like too much police stuff. Only like of other channels kind of like piecing them together, almost making the
Mhm.
footage longer. But I mean, it's not saying it don't exist. I just never have come across it.
Yeah, Eve, I think they were going to blow it up,
Yeah.
but I think they got stopped, and nobody would have knew they were in the tanks.
No.
If they'd have blown it up, because they had the day before, the 2 days before, there was a gas leak.
That he was supposed to be meeting. That's what he told the other person he was going out there to check on, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, and they were going to take those down anyway. At some point, they weren't going to use those anymore. So, I believe blowing it up was a part of it, but I believe they were going to make it where Shanann did that.
Right.
She drove herself and the kids out there and done it.
Right.
But it would have taken them forever to find their bodies out there if that had happened. They may not have ever.
I don't think
found
you would have found it because of the impact of like the heat and stuff.
Yeah.
It pretty much would, I think, turn it to almost ash instantly, because I don't think they would have been sifting through it to find I don't know. I mean, I guess if they thought
They wouldn't
somebody did it on purpose, but still,
Right.
I don't think you would have found much.
Yeah. That is cute. StreamYard does that. Yeah. And if they blew them up and there's nobody to find, then they would just be missing.
Yeah, she's saying that Shanann couldn't bury herself. I think they were hoping on the fact that the explosion would have
Covered them.
covered the burial site too.
Right.
Like, because it should have.
Right.
If it exploded like it should have wiped out that whole area. Like,
Yeah.
it should have incinerated everything. So
Right.
even if she was buried, but that is a good point.
That is a good point. Yeah.
That is a good point. I'll be right back 1 second. But that's a great point. That
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
just
They
brought
would have had to done it just right to make it blow up to where the whole area would have blown up, and it wouldn't have mattered. That's why I think burying her was not their original plan. That's why I think that got messed up. She wasn't originally, they probably was not going to do that. And burying her shallow would have helped with the blowing up of the area. She wouldn't have been buried and probably debris would have fell on it. And if it had blown up and after the inspectors come out there and the oil people come out there and all of them, they probably wouldn't have been searching for her and it would have been all covered up. You know what I mean? So I think that was their angle. But if they'd have got blown up and they never found them, they would just be missing.
Yeah. And I think it's a good point, because if you were going to blow them up, right, she said, why even bury them to begin with if the plan hadn't been interrupted yet?
Right.
Why? Because that does kind of make it a bit more.
Yep, he would have been able
to need to what is it, like, work smarter, not harder?
Mhm.
But I don't think any of them are that smart.
No.
Coming off as book smart maybe, but not.
And I don't think they were thinking really, like with the insurance money you were saying, Scout and Carter, that's true. He would be able to get the insurance money. But if they found them blown up out there, he would definitely be able to collect it. But if they didn't find them out there, he would have to wait 7 years to declare them missing, to declare them dead. Because you have to have so many years of them missing to declare them dead. So he would have had to have waited. So.
Well, she kept bringing up money. That's all Nicole cares about. I mean, that's all she kept caring about is let's sell the house. And even maybe they were going to sell the ring, maybe they weren't. But yeah, she kept bringing up all about the money. So, I mean, I'm sure she knew about the insurance.
Yeah, because they were going to pawn her ring, Shanann's ring. They were talking about pawning it and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that happened, he would wait. I don't see. It was going to be permanently closed in the early fall. Yeah, I knew it was, but I couldn't remember when they said the time frame was. Calling for welfare.
Oh, speaking of, they're supposed to be doing work in that area again soon.
Oh, serving.
Yeah, it's Tara's husband just got a call to work on some wells or something in that whole area.
Wow,
10 of them or something.
Where at? Out where Survey's at, or out in
Survey?
Wow.
That area, I'm pretty sure. That's what he said. Survey, 319. I'm guessing it's. I'd have to talk to her a little bit more, but I just know they're getting ready to start doing construction and working out in that area again, pretty much in that same area. Because she wouldn't have brought it up to me if it wasn't. She's all in on the Watson stuff, and in there asking. And I just know it was 10 wells or something like that.
Yeah, because it's been almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're starting to want to do stuff over there.
8 years. Yeah. All right, we'll listen to about 15 more minutes, and then we will call it. We've been on here almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Doodle. Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come.
Do you want to bring him in here?
Oh, yeah, this is when his dad comes in.
My dad flew across the country. How about this?
If we brought your
Chicks
dad
are
here,
crazy. Can I just talk to my dad?
Right? Just like Nicole. Can you let me
I'm not sitting here for 5 hours.
Just to think of his mom. Can I just talk to my dad?
Yeah. Christopher Proudfoot, you want to talk to your mom?
Yeah, right.
All of y'all want to talk to your
But you just
Parent.
want to keep dating your mother's energy over and
Right.
over again.
What's your best friend?
Yeah, man.
There's only one person you want here most, and it's your dad.
Good.
Notice he didn't ask for his mom.
No.
I love him, and I don't,
Wonder why that is.
I just want him to be by my side.
That would be interesting because like usually boys are like mama's
He
boy.
knows more than
Mhm.
we do that you're a good
Mhm.
dad.
He's a daddy's boy.
Yeah.
And he knows. as much
Daddy
as you
knows
want to
more,
protect
probably.
your wife,
Mhm.
she's not.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
I think he would tell you to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Before we get him,
Can I go out there and talk to him?
well, I don't know that you want to do it out there, because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
I'll step out.
Sure. Can we bring him in here to your interrogation room?
In a few minutes with him? Okay. Can we just ask a couple more questions?
I want to see his
You're about
face,
to get
actually.
off your chest.
I know.
On the back of his head.
I feel like his little lip is just quivering, like quivering away.
I'd like to see his expression, you know, like
Understand
when they ask him questions.
more about you.
Like, is it a deer in the headlights or what?
Yeah. I feel like it's just a beet red, lip quivering,
Right.
cold sweating, like, ugh,
What I mean is,
what my daddy.
what happened that night with her?
As far as like after I talked to her,
With the girls?
it's like when we were having that conversation in bed there,
Mm-hmm.
when I talked to her about the separation and the house, and she asked me about the affair, and
Okay.
that's how that conversation went. She was distraught. She had like mascara run down her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Well, how about this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him?
I'll talk to her.
Will you promise me that you'll tell him everything? Would it be easier if you told him and he told us?
I don't know.
Is that even legal?
Looking like anything they've done is much legal in here. Nicole Kessinger's dad being in an interview isn't much, isn't really
Right.
legal to my knowledge, but
And I find it odd that he talks about the mascara, you know, because on her
what
sheet,
was it? I didn't hear anything about the mascara.
he said that there was mascara running down her face.
Mm-hmm.
So the talk got really emotional. There was mascara running all down her face. So that being said, when they went and when they had that was turning the sheets and the
Mhm.
clothes in for Shanann that was
Yeah.
found on her, they tell you there's mascara all over it. You can tell where her eyes were at because you can see the mascara stains.
Yeah, I kind of remember hearing that too. Was it in the sheets
Oh.
themselves?
Go ahead.
Was it in the sheets themselves? They said they saw the imprint of her face, like the pillowcase or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep. It was on the sheet. Yep.
Hmm.
I don't understand how.
Oh, hi, Tara. Tara's here.
I thought I turned this phone down. Hi, Tara. Hello.
We're still on.
We're
yeah,
still
she's been
on.
for a
Yeah,
while.
we're still
And I
on.
was
Yeah.
about to go on like to the rant of like we should look at Sebastian's first interview with his parents just so you can see where she's like in the interview. Like, well, the first thing she like breaks down as soon as they come on, she like does this like wailing cry. But there's one point where they get to, and Katie Proudfoot in the interview, like they talk about Sebastian coming back, and she's like, "Well, I just want them to bring him back." And Chris Proudfoot goes, "They will," and she says, "I want them to bring
Right.
him back."
Yeah.
And
Why would
he
you say
says,
them?
They will.
Mhm.
Who are y'all talking about?
Well, first of all, why did you even say that when you said he walked out?
Right. And this is the same interview. They're talking about him walking out the house with a black little flashlight, but no shoes. And then towards the end, well, I just want them to bring him back. And nobody, not the interviewer, not police, not anybody step in at any point and go, "Excuse me, Ms. Proper, what were you talking about?"
Yeah. Who's them?
Why did you say, "I just want them to bring Sebastian back," pretty much?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Proudfoot, why did you step in and go, "Don't worry, they will"?
Yeah. After you said he walked out.
And you were supposed to be, what, 3 hours away?
Right.
After your 3-hour conversation?
Yeah. 3
You were
hours.
on the
and
phone for 3 minutes in the morning before you called police, and you called police behind the non-emergency line, Mr. Proudfoot.
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Who says that?
Madeline McCann's mother and father.
Exactly.
They laughed about how far it took to get from the front of the entrance, and now you see all the sketches coming in that case too. That's something. It's just all a bunch of crooked ass shit that I'm sick of looking at. That's what I'm sick of looking at.
Yep.
So
Let's see if we can get-
with Sebastian's, I just feel like every day, like something will break with that.
Let's see if we can get to the dad coming in here. I don't know how far he is. Let me get it over here. I might can tell. Let's see.
Oh, this is a long one.
Oh, he's fixing to come in. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you're the type of guy that
Yep.
needs to take responsibility because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here,
Wear your boots. Wear your boots.
What do you think?
Distract me from like talking to you.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. I know you'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that you need to think a little bit more about them. Okay.
And you need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you.
There.
Ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story at all.
Apparently, y'all want it to be.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think he already knows his dad ain't gonna stop loving him for whatever he's about telling me there.
Mm-hmm.
He's been here the whole time.
He's been here the
He
whole
didn't
time.
want to leave you. Have you ever seen, sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad.
What? Okay, then. What?
Or I didn't want to leave today, okay? So, keep that in mind. He wants to hear it all. Alright.
Like that clock's making my head just want to twitch. Like,
Yeah.
the ticking clock is killing me.
I'm like, what? What did you just say? What's that
Yeah.
got to do with, okay.
Clock ticking. That clock was just getting me. I could feel it. in
Kim
my
was
bones.
like,
I
Kim
could
was
feel it
like,
in my
hey.
bones.
Kim was like, I ain't doing this crap. We gonna
I
speed
agree.
this up.
Yeah, I agree with Scout too.
Yeah.
Like, who is them and they with the Sebastian Rogers case, and they have a special place for these kind of people. who
Yeah.
do these things. So.
Yep.
How did they speed up on this? I'm trying to count it now. I didn't pay attention at first.
They gave him 5 minutes to think about it, huh? To sit and squirm and
5 minutes, the clock ticking.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Christopher, you have,
With the phone.
however much time you need,
Yeah.
okay?
You can leave us in there or no?
Yes.
What's going on or? It's, polygraph failed it. Yeah, cause there's too much emotions. So I mean, they're not gonna let me go.
Dude, they're not letting you go.
Mm-mm.
The reason why I shouldn't,
These damn clocks remind me of being in
they know that affair.
Huh?
like when I was in high school. That's what these clocks remind me of.
Yeah.
No wonder I was beating down the door to get out of high school. I'm like,
Right.
let me out of here.
Yeah, let me out of here.
I can't take it.
I can't take it. You can do anything, but don't do that.
Don't put me in a room with a clock.
Clock, yeah. Or drinking water. I mean, and no bathroom. Please don't.
They know. I can't think about that. Anybody got an affair? Anything else you want to tell me? What's going on, or what happened or anything? Or you know anything about? when we had that conversation that morning, it was, you know, it was emotional, it was, told her about separation and everything like that.
Mhm. What happened after that?
I mean, I went downstairs and I want to protect her.
What?
I want to protect her.
I want to protect her. Hear that?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. All this stuff's recorded. And it's really crazy how they try to tell you don't look at that. Like,
Yeah.
don't pay attention to that. Don't pay
Yeah.
attention to these little clues. And when they're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, even if they're trying to hint, when he's like, well, what did y'all do that night? You know, when I was saying like he's trying to hint that did y'all lay them down? Did y'all what like talking about the girls, like him and Nicole or something?
Yeah.
But then at the same time they're saying, well, Shanann did it, right?
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
not
he
only
led
saying
her
Shanann
into
did
it.
Yeah, not only are
Yeah.
they saying Shanann did it on their own, but then they switch it very quickly and go, well, you and Nicole were doing it, right?
Yeah, because he was like, I want to protect her. I'll go back with it so you can hear it. But he's
Yeah.
like, I want to protect her. So why did he jump to Shanann? Why didn't he say who? Nikki?
Right.
He's automatically accusing Shanann.
Yeah.
He
Well,
leads him into that.
Yeah, and they were saying too, like, Scout, I think the family already knew about the affair. And I do think that they
Yeah.
talked about it and they wrote that letter. He wrote that letter in wherever they lived when they were out, was it North Carolina, South Carolina that she went
Yeah.
right
Mhm.
before, and he wrote the letter, if anything happens to me. Like, they already knew. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I
knew.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
they knew what was gonna happen. They were gonna plan it like on like or pin it all on Shanann. And
Yeah.
that's what the letter was about.
Yeah, that's all, and that's why their scenario, but it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like she changed her
She told too many
password.
people. People don't expect people to talk. So, well, they should have known that she was going to talk. But I mean, for the most part, they probably don't expect them to tell details,
Right.
like the dark details.
Yep.
But she was telling the details, like
Mhm.
down to the gritty details of things.
Yep.
You know, so I don't
Yep.
think they expected her to be saying that much. And
Right.
that's where they tripped up a bit,
Yep.
because that's the stuff most people wouldn't tell.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I think they knew too. And I actually think they liked Nikki, and I think they
I think
talked
they
to her.
encouraged it. Again,
I-
when you see these families who are like that, they encourage it.
Yeah.
They encourage it. They're like, oh yeah, she was horrible. I didn't like her from the start. And then what happens? 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, recirculate it down the line. And they're saying the same thing for the new girl. They didn't like her either. She
Right.
was annoying too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And it's always the same kind of person at
Yeah.
the basis of it.
But I mean, people say no, she really did love Shanann and stuff, but just from
Who
the
did?
stuff, Cindy Watts. But from the stuff I've seen, I don't agree with that.
No, I don't see anything that ever shows me that Cindy Watts ever once loved Shanann. I don't
I
know
ne-
what they're looking at.
I never saw that. I never saw
it.
Mm-mm.
Who, if even most people will go out and fake that they like somebody in a situation like that. She didn't even fake it. She went
Yeah.
up straight on the interview and was like, well, she was kind of a bitch. I mean, she might as well just said, yeah, she was a bitch. You know what I mean? If she didn't say it, she might as well, because that's what I took from it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't remember anything she said other than she was a bitch.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's what I don't get, where people would pretend like Cindy Watts liked. I think that she was just like each other in the sense of like how they handled him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a challenge to one another. And regardless, I don't think that matters. I don't think, again, not victim blame. I'm just saying, I think that they kind of met their match in how they handled each other.
Yeah.
And so that was it. That's why they didn't get along. It's that simple.
Right.
And
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's
They were
as
a lot
deep as it
alike.
runs. Yeah, they were a lot alike. And that's as
Mhm.
deep as it runs, just like Nicole was a lot like Shanann, probably. And
Yeah.
that's as deep as it runs.
Yep. Not she wasn't as pretty as Shanann, but she was, in my
No.
opinion.
No, but just a younger, squawking version of his mother.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they always
Yeah.
are. They're a younger,
Yeah.
squawking version of their mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Until they take the mother's place.
Yeah.
She heard him, yeah. And, well, no, not her.
I don't know why he's whispering.
Because they pre-plan this conversation.
Did they leave after that?
Want to make sure they stay along the lines.
So she started her beginnings. Favorite.
Yeah, the story changed. That's what this is about. They talked about it before, something changed, and now he's like, well, shit, what did we talk about, son?
Yeah, he's got to give him those looks.
I haven't talked to your mother. What did we talk about, son?
Yeah, I got to give you these looks here so we don't screw up.
Don't you see this eye winking?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is just our opinion, and we have the right to it. Allegedly over here on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you talk that. I'm talking to her about that. I'm talking to her about separation and everything, about making she lost it. I don't know, like, what else to say, like, I freaked out. Those are my kids. So she, one time.
Did he just say, let's proceed with that?
He did.
I thought I read that shit wrong.
Nope.
I thought I'm getting delusional from this whole fucking interrogation.
She laid like that, but that's what
So he led him right into that.
Let's just proceed with this because you ain't making no sense. And this
Let's
is not what
proceed with this.
This is
Yeah.
not what we talked about, son. Let's just proceed.
Yeah. That's what he said. Look, let's do it right here. Watch. Yeah.
In his hand.
Let's proceed with that.
Full caution.
The name is going to work. She freaked out over her separation. I don't think it was she laid back down, but that's something else. See,
Yeah, this is the second or third time they've gone into
see
this
right
too.
there. That, you see what he said? There's something downstairs.
I didn't see that part. Replay that.
I need to go back. Watch what he says.
She laid like down, but that's when downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but
I heard a little commotion upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when he's saying that, I think the commotion he's talking about is hearing Nicole strangle or do whatever she did.
Well, what he's saying, he's trying to tell Chris what to say.
Oh, that's the dad talking?
That's the dialogue. Yeah.
Okay.
Of the script that he wants Chris to say. Watch. He's like, she freaked out. He's talking, Dad's talking.
Oh, I thought that was Chris talking.
And he says, I don't think she laid back down.
I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but
Now Dad's talking.
And then we went back upstairs and she was never, I can see like, she was not, well, choking her throat. Did she tell him? They're blue. Oh, no. Yeah. She choked both from the death. I freaked out when she hit me.
Well, he said I didn't see anything twice, and then he said, well, she choked both of them, right? And he goes, well, I didn't see she choked both of them. Well, they were blue. Well, she choked both of them. So again, I think this is a pre-planned story along with the letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on Instagram or TikTok, Tammy? Are you? I'm sorry, I was interrupting.
I don't have content on there. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on there, but I don't have.
Yeah.
Ronnie's laughing at us.
That's what I was saying. You watch this long enough, and you can't help but start kind of just.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Here's the script, Chris. This is what we're going to go by. This is what you're going to say.
Yeah, it's rehearsed sounding.
And then Chris is messing him up. Well, I don't think she laid back down. Well, you're going to say that you heard some commotion upstairs.
Yeah.
Like they can't go back and watch this?
Well, it's just all like very implanted feeling. The whole thing's very implanted.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, but I don't have no
I
content.
have
But
a
Megan-
TikTok. Most of my TikTok content's all Sebastian because that's kind of what I've done my whole TikTok
Yeah.
towards really is pretty much Sebastian stuff. So I kind of take the readings I've done for Sebastian and I move them to TikTok, or I do like I've started that petition. I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
No, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so I started a petition for Sebastian actually.
Let me bring this down.
Yeah, I don't
There we
even
go.
know.
There we go.
Let me see if I can maybe pull it up in a back screen. Really?
Yeah. Because we can pick up where we left off here next week, probably next Tuesday. Because I think I heard enough of Mumble Man for a little while. Yeah, drop it in absolutely drop it in there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they know that they're going to go back and watch it and say, "Well, what were you doing? Planning a like helping him? You left on accident." I've done that before. I booted myself off, but your picture's still here. So I might have to let your second picture up and boot you out of the first picture. We'll see. You've heard enough of the plan. I've heard enough of his mouth. I can only take so much of that mumbling. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to make a story up, talk a little louder so we can hear you making it up. He was talking so low, the closed caption wasn't picking up what he was saying. He was talking that low. You think the caveman, how they are. Yeah, right. Oh, nice. We're glad you're here, Scout Inquirer. I know. Remember how we used to do this all the time? I mean, all the time we used to do it. Hold on just a second. Let me see what Megan said. I don't know. Yes, I can add you back in. Let's see. There. Is that right? Hold
Am I
on.
here? I think I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Everybody's
great.
everybody's gonna be laughing. Can you hear me?
Okay, I think
Can you
I
hear me
can
now?
share it too.
Can you hear me
So
now?
hold on. I think I can actually share my screen. Here it is.
Oh, this is like old times. We used to do this all the time too. Can you hear me? You see me?
Okay, so it's shared. Do you have to pull the screen up, Tammy?
Yep.
Or-
Hold on, yeah, I do.
So this is
Hold
the
on.
petition for Sebastian that I made. So
Let
it's
me go over
basically-
here and where's it at? Uh,
I have it scrolling from this side. I
okay,
think.
good. Okay,
Is
good.
that
Yep.
how it works? Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is to demand new investigators for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. So we have 615 signatures. So I'm super excited about that. And I want to thank everybody who signed it so far. And we just kind of want to keep it going because on February 26th is going to be 2 years since Sebastian has been missing. And so his dad has been trying to get support and, fresh eyes and just attention on Sebastian's case because he's been, he is a vulnerable individual being that he is on the autism spectrum, but that's not the only reason. He is a child. And, just kind of the situation around his case, I kind of added that into some of this petition. So it's kind of not that short, but I guess I'll just read it really quick. As a parent of an autistic child who is the same age of Sebastian Wade Drake Rogers, my heart aches for his family and for all of those who love and care for him. Sebastian has now been missing for over 580 days, and the lack of answers is heartbreaking as it is frustrating. Although evidence has arisen pointing towards possible involvement of his parents, particularly his mother and stepfather, the investigation has stalled, leaving us with a profound sense of helplessness and injustice. Sebastian is from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and he deserves a relentless pursuit of justice, just like any other missing person would. Having fresh eyes on his case can make a monumental difference, bringing in new perspectives, investigative techniques, and unwavering determination to find the truth. Given the passage of time without substantial progress, we believe that it is imperative for the officials in charge of his investigation to be replaced with new, unbiased investigators. New leadership in this case could rejuvenate the search and justice process and potentially uncover new leads that could finally answer the questions we desperately seek for Sebastian. So according to National Crime Information Centers of Missing Persons, over 600,000 people go missing in the United States every year. Many of these cases go unsolved, leaving families in a perpetual state of grief and uncertainty. Sebastian's case must not become another unsolved statistic. We cannot let another day go by without taking action. Sebastian is not forgotten by his community, and we must ensure that he is not forgotten by the justice system either. We've seen other cases rejuvenated with a simple change of personnel resulting in breakthroughs. I urge you to sign this petition to demand the new investigators be assigned to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' case. Let us push for the justice Sebastian deserves. By signing this, you'll be supporting a grieving community call for action, ensuring that his case receives the attention it urgently needs. So that is the petition that I created for Sebastian.
I like it.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of hoping, that we can get it to 1,000, and it's 600 alone is amazing.
Right.
But to get it to 1,000, I'm really hoping to do that before February 26th. I know that's close. It's 444 right now, though, so I think that's a good sign that we just got done reading, the petition for Sebastian at 444.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if y'all can sign it, share it, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Scout Inquirer said she will go sign it.
Thank you so much, and again, it means the world to me.
Hi, Diane. It does mean Megan worked hard on this, so yeah, absolutely.
I just love Sebastian.
I know you do.
I love Sebastian, and I'll just be here to the end of time for him. So that's
right.
all.
Yep. Hi, Diane. Glad you're here. Yeah, Megan worked on that for a long time, so I'm really glad that she was able to get it out, and I signed it. I think right after I might have been the first signature.
Yeah,
she shared it with me first. Yeah, and then it's grown up. I'm glad to see how it's grown like that.
And it's grown very quickly, like faster than I could have ever expected it to grow.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And it was good for, I wish we would make it to 1,000 cause it's like just a couple of days. Well, not a couple of days, but it's a week.
It's about a week, but even if we can get it to that time frame, before the end of the year or something, but either way, just as long as we get there and we make the progress is all that I
think I'm on the wrong chat, but Megan send me a link so I can find it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, she said she's going to send it to you.
Yeah, Tara. I'll go in after Tara after the live, and I'll send you the direct link for it.
Did it send you to a different link, Tara?
Oh, I think she's in the chat, like in my room, where it's.
I
don't know why. Like it just seems like it does it for some. Because when Lee comes in, it seems like I can see. Or he can see everybody else's, I think. I don't know. As I said, I haven't figured out how the chat works yet.
Probably if I just look it up, it'll tell me the answer to that. But I haven't done that yet. But I need to. I never thought when we would do the live, I never thought that we both wouldn't have a chat. I'd never thought we both wouldn't have a chat stream.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's something I maybe need to adjust from my side because it's linked. Like if I look at the chat, there's like a link symbol next to the people that are coming from my chat room, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if I need to maybe release some kind of link or some kind of hold on my chat area, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. We're going to have to try to figure that out and see. I signed a while ago and Kristen did too.
Great. Thank you. Tell Kristen thank you so much too. And I hope everything's good with her. I know it's been a while since I have chatted with Kristen too.
Mhm. Just to touch on the Guthrie case just a little, uh, since I put it in my description, so we
Yeah.
can we can touch on it just a little.
Of course.
I think it's a S show.
Mm-hmm. On
It's just-
purpose, I feel
Absolutely.
like, in my opinion.
Yep. Absolutely. They if they don't know where she's at, they've got a great idea. And like I said before, if someone has her, they have to have the medication required to keep her alive.
Right. Well, and it's kind of like the circus, right? It's not like a Watts Island circus kind of again, like when you're looking at it, or like a Casey Anthony one, or something where they're like everything just seems very dramatic and very over the top again. Like you can't get coverage for Summer or Sebastian, but we can't stop looking at Nancy. You know, in the sense of like, look over here. Wait, no, don't look over here no more. Wait, look over here. Like, wait, go back over here. You know what I mean? And it's like you're giving me whiplash. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting whiplash with the Nancy Guthrie case. You know,
but by the time you look back over here, what I didn't want you to see will be gone. So, you know, you can look back over here. You know.
And I'm curious, like if I even look it up now, like when I first started looking at it, it was nonstop updates, like nonstop, right? And so the last, like they vow to find Savannah Guthrie's mother, like that's all you see now, right?
Yep.
And then even TMZ, like I've never seen TMZ contacted so much.
I know.
In a missing persons case, and I don't know. I still have to lean back to the more you look into Savannah, the more kind of deviant she sounds, you know what I mean? And it's not just because of like her belief, maybe it is her beliefs. I mean, you look into the way she, you know, the things that she's kind of maybe participated in and the way she's behaved. So I don't know. I kind of got an odd feeling when I watched Savannah in the first one, as far as like the first ransom video or whatever it is, where they're all holding hands, and I'm pretty sure it's the very first one. She's like in a blue shirt, I think, like a navy blue shirt or something that's a darker blue shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about her that doesn't feel right.
Well, why would you give your ransom note to TMZ?
Repeatedly too. And how many times has TMZ said they're not going to engage no more, and they come back out within 2 hours engaging?
Yeah. And who does Bitcoin for ransom?
Celebrities.
Nobody has ever done. Yeah, that's what. Have you ever seen somebody want you to give
ransom? I saw Bitcoin once advertised, and it was at a Grammys or an Oscars, and they were all wearing these giant Bitcoin things around their neck, and they were convincing everybody to give all their money away and to give it to Bitcoin because they've already done it. I'd like to know how many celebrities that actually said they did it had done it, because I mean they were like convincing you like, oh yeah, the money is like the old thing, and you're just crazy if you have money, you should have Bitcoins because that's what I do, and I'm, you know, and I'm so smart kind of thing. And like, okay, but yeah, like who's doing that though?
Yeah, I mean, you never hear anybody saying, "Oh, by the way, I've kidnapped your so and so, and I want you to go to Bitcoin and put your ransom." I mean, most ransoms are, "I want it in a suitcase over here left by the tree."
And are they so public?
Huh?
And are they so public usually?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
They don't want you calling the cops. They don't want you alerting anybody. But now it's like that's all it is alert everybody, alert everybody.
Yeah, it's like I'm bringing attention to it for a reason, but then I want, now I've got too much attention. Now I need you to look over here now.
Yeah,
so I
stop looking over here so we can distract a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, if somebody said we believe she's alive. Well, if you believe she's alive, which I kind of feel like she's alive, then somebody is taking care of her that has the means to get her the medication that she needs.
Yeah. And I just don't feel panic when I look at Savannah. I don't feel panic, and I don't feel worry.
No.
And I'm not saying the other ones don't have anything to do with it. I think that the other, like at least the other sister definitely, I mean, she kind of has a face of guilt too. Like when you look at, I mean, I don't know so much about the brother. I haven't looked at him too much yet, but same thing. I mean, they're all holding hands. They're all seem to be on the same page to me. Yeah. You know, and then someone else brought out a good point. She has a channel. She has 2 channels. They're bigger channels. But it's like BJ Investigates and then The Surprise Witness or something. But she brought up a good point. Who is like the, what is it called? when someone like whenever someone gets ready to pass away and you take the house over? What's it called?
Like if someone passes away,
or something happens to them, there's somebody who takes it over, right? And they like get the money.
There's like whoever's over your estate, but like here, if one of your parents dies, but one of them is still alive, there's a succession.
Yeah.
So like, even though it automatically falls to the children, my mom's half, we still have to do a succession on it to make it legal.
Right. So I would just be interested to know who that is, though. Like, who's in charge of her property if something happens to Nancy? Who gets that property? Who gets the money? Who gets whatever?
Left to, like the heir.
Who's it left? Yeah, the heir, the custodial. Yeah, somebody. There's somebody who it's left to. There's somebody in charge of it, and I want to know who that is. And I kind of feel like it's going to be Savannah. And even if it's not Savannah, it's going to be one of the brothers and sisters. And like, and again, who gets cleared as far as family before you even find the person?
Yeah.
And if they say, well, we're cleared and nobody's objecting that, then you need to look at the people around them as far as like the police and the judicial officials who are actually letting them say something like that. Like the Proudfoots were allowed to say something like that. The Savannah's Guthrie family has been allowed to say something like that. Nobody's interjecting and saying that's not true. I don't know. So I just feel like, again, I feel like if you look more into Savannah, her past, and then if she's connected to that, the family very well knows what she's connected to and what she's doing, in my opinion. I don't think that. I don't.
Is the executor? I was going to say executor.
Yeah, it's probably what she is. The executor. Yeah, she's the executor, in my opinion, to this whole plan.
Because she's a lawyer.
Yeah, but it's her. I feel like it's her, and I feel like she knows where her mother is. And I'm just going to say that. No, she doesn't.
She doesn't need the money. Yeah, Tara's laughing at me. She doesn't need the money, but I feel like the mom is over some kind of trust fund or something that the kids.
No, it's not about money. This is about reputation.
Yeah.
This is about something else. This is about something deeper. And I'm not going to say it directly connects to the Epstein files, but it connects to something deeper. And this has to do with distraction, guilt, and hiding that guilt. And somebody needed to take the blame. Somebody needed to take the fall. And it wasn't going to be Savannah. That's how I feel. And you're looking at an 84-year-old mother.
And I kind of feel like maybe there's a gambling debt here or
somebody owes something.
Debt. Yeah, somebody owes something. Yeah.
And they're looking at it like, well, she's 84 and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. Somebody turned this woman over for something. And if it ain't Savannah directly, then it's her brothers and sisters, but somebody knows about it. Yeah. That's directly within that close family.
Yep. If there is no will, the state takes over and it's shared amongst the surviving immediate family. If no family is left, it typically goes to the person's mother or father. Yeah. Which we know her parents aren't alive because Nancy's old.
Yeah. And the reason I feel it's Savannah is because I've watched it's the interviews. It's her body language. It's her behavior about everything else that I've seen her connected to. And I'm sorry, like it's kind of like saying somebody can do this dirty thing and they can do this dirty thing and they can do this dirty thing, but don't look at them when this dirty thing comes across their plate.
Yeah.
No, thank you. They're dirty.
I think they all know. Maybe
they know where that mother is.
I think they know where she's at. And because Trump said something that kind of made me think that maybe it's closer to home too, because he said, I think we can come to a resolution.
Yeah.
And resolution normally means both parties. Yeah. I would think. And you don't want anything bad to happen to either side.
Yeah.
Because a resolution means an agreement.
Well, you do have to have some kind of idea of what you're resoluting, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not, and it's like, and even to say, just say Savannah didn't have a big hand in on it. I still think she knows what happened.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Something off about her. And I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't trust her around me. I just wouldn't. I don't know what it is, but she feels darker. Whatever's going on with her, she's trying. I don't know. And again, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion about her.
Too, yeah.
At first I didn't.
No, I didn't at first either.
Yeah. But then I got to watching stuff and I'm like, there's just something not right here.
Well, even like it's a lot of times when you start looking at when all these people, celebrities who were getting in trouble for some of this stuff that was coming out, she's right there in the boat with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She's right there in the boat with all of them. Her husband was doing things with these people. So I'm just saying, like, again, I'm not saying this is why Nancy's gone. I'm just saying, like,
Right.
when you play dirty, dirty things happen to you and your family. And it doesn't mean she directly put her hand in it, but something she's put her
Right.
hand in at some point to me led to this.
Right.
And that's all, you know.
Something that they did is the result of this.
Yeah.
This is the result of that.
Because this is a big deal, like in the sense if you look at how it's being handled and how it's being dealt with and like it's not something little. It's not trying to be hidden. They want it to be like scrutinized. They want it to be out in public. They want people questioning everything.
Mhm.
So
and now all of a sudden it's quiet.
yeah, real quiet. And it's quiet because we give you this information. Well, that didn't settle anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kind of give you something else, and well, that didn't really settle you either.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and again, it's kind of like it makes you not look at all this other information, all this stuff. If you're not looking for a certain thing, it gets drowned out.
Yeah.
Well, I started looking for other things, and that's just how I felt about it.
Yeah.
And all those things are there,
Yeah.
ironically enough,
Yeah.
about Savannah. You know,
Yeah.
so again, you know, it's not saying she directly set it up, but again, you play with you roll in the mud, you roll with pigs, you get, you know, so
Yeah.
it just happens, you know, and it's for both parties. I'm not talking about just Democrats either. It happens to Republicans too. So
Yeah, crickets after so long was all the news. It is crickets. You're right.
yeah, it was drowning us out with it,
Yeah.
and then it's just gone, and that's what makes it confusing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it confusing. And then as soon as you start questioning, you can't question certain things. Just what we've kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
Again,
think
it's that
it's,
leg pulling feeling.
yeah, it's that. And honestly, I don't think we will know exactly what happened. I think she will be returned, and that will be it.
I don't freaking know sometimes. Like sometimes I'm starting to wonder, will she be returned or were they just gonna
Yeah.
stop talking about it?
Well, they could do that too, but I don't think we're gonna.
Hear either way after she either comes back or
Mhm.
doesn't. I don't
Right.
think we're going to hear anything after that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be even
That's what
quieter.
I'm saying. Like I think we're never gonna really know what truly happened. That's the problem.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we're all gonna look like a bunch of conspiracy theorists again, you know, and that's the point. Make
Mhm.
everybody look like conspiracy theorists when everybody gets called out for being a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that had a lot to do with it. It didn't happen to drown out the feeds for no reason.
Well, if you throw so much, muddy the water so much, people don't know which way to go.
No, and everybody's
just
gonna go,
left
oh
in a
my
mess.
gosh, an 84-year-old woman? Oh my gosh. Yes, that is devastating, but it's not as devastating as a 15-year-old autistic child missing, is it not? I think that's a little bit more devastating. This child
Yeah.
has their whole life ahead of them. They were left to CPS to fend for themselves, and look
Yeah.
where they are now. We can't find them.
Yeah, she got a lot of coverage. And the
Yeah.
FBI apparently are in Mexico. Now, what gave them that lead?
And why would the cartel take her? Who was messing with the cartel?
The
at
cartel's
Nancy's
not-
house?
How can
You think the cartel needs that money?
No, they don't. And why would they do such a public thing? They're not going to send messages to public TMZ and
not
whoever-
that kind of message?
not cartel.
Mm-mm.
So again, that's something that like people do.
They may send a message, but it won't be
They
through
ain't gonna send that
TMZ.
kind of message. They're gonna send a video, but it ain't gonna be nothing where we're wondering what's happening to her no more. We would have
Mm-mm.
known what was happening to her if it was a cartel. We would have known
Yeah.
the first or second
Yeah.
day, and it had been done and talked about. We
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
even
don't.
talk about
They
it
don't
anymore.
play. They don't
No.
play.
The cartel takes care of business, and they take care of it very quickly.
Yeah.
And they don't sit there and dangle stuff. So
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah, and then she's in running Graves. Yeah, if they're in Mexico, it's easy to get her the meds, but the cartel's not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to take an 84-year-old woman and coddle her with meds while the whole freaking world watches.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think
yeah,
so.
it's like after a while, it's like insulting your intelligence is what it is.
Well, that's really a waste of resources, though.
If they're even being wasted for real.
They may not even went over there. They just say, well, we'll just tell them we're going to Mexico,
Pretty
and they may
much.
not even be going.
Pretty much. And
Yeah,
it's like the people who are actually there are just like, what are they, crisis actors? Is that what they're called
Right.
now?
right. What is this? Is this a
Is that what
script?
they're called? Crisis actors?
Is this a script? What are we playing?
I don't know, man. Joan Rivers said it. She said the world is a big movie theater. You'll figure it out one day. She's like, "What? You're just all on. Everybody's on stage in costume, acting, and you'll figure it out one day." Look at poor little Joan Rivers. Look what happened to her just for saying what happened with Big Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Joan Rivers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that came true too, right? Everyone want to say Joan Rivers was crazy. Okay, well,
He is not.
she's not crazy.
No.
Yeah, look what happened.
Mm-mm.
So I'll be happy to be called crazy if that's crazy.
And they say, a Mexican national, but were they in Arizona?
Yeah, they're in Arizona.
I mean,
But again, why? Why would that happen? Is the biggest question.
yeah.
They're telling you all this information, but they're not. But then you find out later the whole Democratic Party. Well, I say Democratic, but all them people running on those lists are all part of the cartels. You know what I mean? Like they're all tied within. But now they're telling you, yeah, it's probably the cartel. That's what I'm saying. They're telling on themselves.
Yeah. And who's going to go after the cartel?
Nobody. If you see the videos the cartels put out, would you?
Mm-mm. That's what
I
I'm
wouldn't.
saying.
I'd be minding my own business left and right.
Mm-mm. I just think, and I'm not saying anything bad about her kids,
No.
and I'm not accusing them of making her be kidnapped. I'm not orchestrating it or anything. I just think they know.
Yeah, I
Where's
just think
the
they have
dad?
a roundabout idea of how this
Mhm.
situation came about. That's
Yeah,
all.
I
That's
think
all.
they know where it stemmed from. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
feel the
blood.
sheriff
Like,
knows who took Nancy, and so does because he's like, I feel that she's closer to home. I agree with the sheriff.
so when did he say that? Because now they're saying, was it today or the day before?
Just
they said Mexico?
recently, I've seen it just recently because there was somebody put a video out, and they're like, while the FBI goes to Mexico, the sheriff says they're headed in the wrong direction because he thinks Nancy's closer to home. That was today, but I don't remember where I saw it.
So the sheriff's the fool then, right? In this whole story, right? But the sheriff is the one that, like, I don't trust the FBI, which the FBI says that Epstein wasn't really even a threat. Right? I'm just curious. Like, I just want to follow the lead here, right? That's the route we're going down, right? Yeah. Okay. I thought, okay. So I would think the FBI would be dismantled from the moment they said, don't look at Epstein.
Because the sheriff was talking a lot when she first was kidnapped, and then he came back and backed up what some of the stuff he said, like backed up.
Yeah.
Not like backed it up, but he retracted some of what he said. He stepped back because I think he said too much the first time because he's not used to a big profile case like this. And he kind of was just talking. And then he kind of just came back the next day and kind of like tried to get out of what he already said. So I think he knows a lot more than what he's portraying. And I get it that you can't tell, but I think there's so many distractions around him that.
Do you think he's not telling what he knows because he can't? Like, because he's being told he can't, or because he like, and like when I say being told he can't, because it's strong arm kind of being told you can't, or because you're just trying to keep the integrity?
I think that may be part of it, but I think it's all because of the circumstance around it. Why there's so many people involved, the FBI's involved, they're running here, they're running there, they're breaking people's doors down. I mean, and all along the sheriff's right here in the middle thinking, he's kind of put in that spot. So
it was like Casey Anthony's dad. I can't get that out of my head now. Like every time I look at him, I see Casey Anthony's dad.
Right.
I can't take it seriously.
Yeah. So I think he's kind of in a hard spot where it's such a high profile case. He's probably been told, careful what you say. And they're probably telling him, you could get her killed and
You know what I mean? I think he knows way more than what he's saying, but I think he's not saying it but why he's not moving on it, my only guess would be because they're not allowing him
They're
to,
not allowing him to,
or
yeah.
they don't have enough evidence.
It'd be interesting to see.
But they've knocked that poor guy's door in because I guess because he pinged in her area, but it turns out he's like a delivery guy.
Yeah, and then he even said it, like, and I think I told you, he was like, yeah, they said, like, what do you say, like, my eyes matched or my lips matched or something, but I was like, that's crazy, because I'd have been, like, the opposite, like, matched. It wasn't, like, there was anything really hitting on that guy, to me, and what I saw that looked like him, you know?
He didn't look like him to me. I was like,
he didn't, and there's a mask on, but it's not that much of a mask.
The lips are different.
Different colors, even.
Yeah, the eyes are shaped different. That didn't look like, I mean, I get it. They should have questioned him because he pinged in the area. I get that. I don't know why you got to knock his door down, but I mean, there's that.
Yeah, because, I mean, they haven't even knocked people's down doors for less, right? So why knock somebody's door down for, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Nancy's not important, but we ain't seen nobody's door busted down for Summer. We ain't seen nobody's door busted down for Sebastian. So why are we busting down? And where, like, I don't even think it was anywhere near that area, too. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I feel like it wasn't even in Arizona. I don't know.
Then they break every delivery person's door down.
Yeah,
I mean,
they knew nothing about this guy before they showed up busting his door down.
Because I'm sure he's not the only delivery guy in that area that day. I mean, I'm sure there was. I mean, even down this road, you may see FedEx 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't imagine him being the only delivery guy that day.
Yeah. I know. That's what Chris was like. He's like, damn, you might as well just say it was Kash Patel in the mask. I was like, it was kind of true, though. That's what I'm saying. It looked nothing like. And Tara's right, though. You know, like, we were talking about it too, and because we were talking about how manicured the eyebrows looked and stuff. And at first, I was like, "Do you think it's a girl?" I was like, because the eyebrows look real manicured. You know, like everything, and the lips looked real full and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I don't know, man." You know, she's like, "But I don't know if anybody was in that mask." And I started thinking about it, and I was like, "Well, that's kind of true. I guess if I was like, you know." But then you looked at. Once they busted down the door and then they showed that comparison, I was like, well, that doesn't look anything like it, though.
Right. Yeah. No.
So it is hard, though, with the mask, you know, but still, there was something about that just was like, no, I don't see that. Even with the mask, I don't see that still.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
So.
That's funny, Megan. I thought that too. He's definitely a likeness.
Yeah. I thought Kash Patel. I was like, when Chris said that, I was like, holy crap, that does look like Kash Patel.
And what's the other guy you said you thought it looked like? Who's that?
Oh, Casey Anthony's dad looks like the sheriff. That's what I'm saying. They joke about this being a stage, right? But like, why does the sheriff look like Casey Anthony's dad, who was also a police person, which is somehow making me think of Scream?
Just a little smaller, right? He's
just a little bit tinier.
Yeah, than Casey Anthony's dad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like same body language, same everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it kind of is how the same things do repeat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same cases, same faces, so same everything. Yeah. See, Tara, every time she sees him, Casey Anthony's dad. Maybe that's a distraction.
Yeah. Gosh. Well, I guess we will end it. Megan, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think we talked about most of the Watts stuff and the Sebastian and Summer from what we talked about.
Sebastian, we talked about him. Y'all don't forget, if you haven't signed the petition, go over there and sign it. And if you haven't given Megan a like, go over there and do that.
Yes.
And if you haven't subscribed to anybody, do that. Go do that.
There's something you haven't done, just do it. It's going to make you feel a lot better, I promise.
That's right. And we're going to do something like this on Megan's, whatever Megan wants to do on her channel. We're going to, whatever day is convenient for her, she can let me know. I have Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday of next week.
Okay. So I know Saturdays are probably like the best, but Tuesdays are good for me too, though, because that's the day that Chris is off. So maybe we want to plan for Tuesday?
Yeah.
And maybe we can pull up like the first Sebastian interview, and then maybe we'll go into like the second of the Watts.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll do
we
that,
can
you guys. So let's
Yep.
plan for Tuesday. We'll do my channel, and then we'll double stream Tammy's from my channel.
That's right. That's
And
right.
then
It'll
we'll
be
kind of
off-
look into Sebastian's family's interview, or at least I say families, but mother and stepfather's interview, and then we'll look into another Watts interview.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
one of Summer's, whichever one you're interested in.
There may be something on the Guthrie case by that time.
Oh yeah, there should be,
Or
right?
more confusion.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We might have time to talk about the coach, the missing coach, because I did do a reading on him, and that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
See if there's any, because it's gotten quiet.
Has it?
The
Yeah,
la-
that has been quiet since you mentioned it to me last.
The last thing I heard about him was the school finally quit paying him because the school board meeting, the families were upset because they found out he was still being paid.
Mhm.
And they said the reason he was still being paid was because it was his leave time and his vacation time, and they had to continue paying that out.
Mhm.
But now he has been officially fired, but no one has found him. They still don't know. where he's
Yeah,
at.
that was interesting. He kind of just vanished, right? Key word for this live, vanished.
Somebody's hiding him.
Yeah, that's very true.
It was wonderful to see you too, Scout. Thank you for
Yes.
coming in.
It was wonderful seeing everybody. Thank you so much for
Very
being
good
here.
seeing you guys. I'm out. I'm not at the store Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday. So Tuesdays. We'll plan on Tuesday then. Maybe we'll kind of look into all those. Check out the coach, a little bit on the Watts, and then a little bit on Sebastian.
Yeah. What's the coach's name? You would ask me that. Travis. I don't know why his name eludes me. Just like his name, he disappeared. His name has disappeared from my brain. Hold on. Travis. Travis Turner. He's 46. He's missing from Wise County, Virginia. And he is facing 10 felony charges, all connected to child pornography.
Which is why he's missing. That's exactly what. Interestingly enough, I had someone come on a TikTok video not that long ago of Sebastian's, and I won't take too long on it, but she came on there asking for me to look for her cousin. And so I looked up her cousin's name. If this person was not missing for the same reason, a bunch of child essay and I was just like, I just completely ignored it. I was like, no, thank you. I don't know what's going on here, lady, but I'm sorry. Like I genuinely felt like she didn't believe that, but like I'm like I was like, I can't help you, lady. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But like I was so sad to see that on one of my videos, for this lady to be looking for her cousin. And I looked it up and sure enough, same kind of thing. And it was like this staged disappearance kind of thing.
And the sad thing is he's not the first coach or teacher at that school. There's been 2 others. Same thing.
Yeah. So there's some kind of
What are they doing at that school? That
all
they're
these schools, yeah. All this stuff that's coming out too about these teachers now.
Yeah.
You see a lot of women teachers now, but just in general, all these teachers.
yeah. And
Yeah,
he's
check
got
it out,
2.
Sarah. You'll be interested in it. It's an interesting case. How the person just disappeared. You love mysterious stuff and people just disappearing.
Well, in my opinion, when I did my video, and I still feel this way, I feel like he's in a different county.
Mm-hmm.
They've searched the woods and everything because he went into the woods with a gun, and he didn't come back out. So, I think he was set up for that. I think he had planned for that and was set up for that, and he had the supplies that he needed. But I think he's in another county now. But I do believe he did have help.
Right.
But I still think he's alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anything in your reading that showed otherwise. So.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done one. I mean, I could probably do a follow-up, but at that time, I felt like he was still alive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
My friend. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me, Megan. It's been fun as always.
Absolutely.
I thank all of y'all for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with me and Megan. We enjoyed it. Y'all have a good Saturday night. Stay warm or cool.
Yes.
wherever you may be and whatever you may need. Warm or cool, dry. It's supposed to rain here. I don't know when. If it rains, it rains. If it doesn't, I mean, I don't even believe the weatherman no more.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I believe any man. No, I'm just kidding. I
just
don't know if
look
I
out
believe
the
any
window.
man anymore.
Right. I just look out the window and say, "Hey, it's raining." All right. You know, I don't believe anything. So, thank you, Miss Eve, for coming in, running Gray Wolf. All my mods, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
And don't forget to be subscribed to Megan so you can come
Yes.
Tuesday.
Right.
It'll Tuesday night, right?
Yes, so we'll do Tuesday night. So
Yeah.
I will text you probably like I don't know, like 4 or 5 p.m. Is that good for you? Somewhere around there? Or a little bit later.
Yeah, probably later because I won't be home
So
till
like 7?
yeah, 7's good.
Okay, so let's do Tuesday 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all.
Yep, that will work.
All right. Well,
All
sounds
right.
good. See y'all
Thank y'all,
then.
everybody. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone everywhere, and especially
Absolutely.
to yourself.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Love you much. Bye,
Love
Megan.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.